Good evening and welcome to The Old Ways. I am your handler this evening, Michael Diamond. Before I get too far into the propers, I always ask for the help of chat to make sure that they can see us and hear us clearly. And past that, I want to welcome you to Delta Green. So tonight, we're going to be playing Operation Gray Eyes. And so this is we'll just say a scenario that I've cooked up in the recent weeks, and I'm hoping we get to have a lot of fun. To do that, though, I'm going to need a cast of players. Luckily, I happen to have them here with me, and so we'll just begin with introductions to my right.
Hi, I'm Skip, and I'm going to be playing Lionel Hupp, former military person, now working as a security guard for Tower Security.
Fabulous. And next to Skip.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I am playing Ava Birch, a scientist.
And next to Allie.
Hello, I'm Nate. I am playing Dave Switzer, proud agent of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
And last but most certainly not least.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I'm playing John Cobb, RN. And for those of you out there that don't know what an RN is, it is registered nurse. So my pronouns are she, her. John's is he, him. But you can call me anything but late for dinner. And I work at Christ Advocate Medical. And I'm from a small town in Granby, Colorado. It's about 2,500 people, not a whole lot. So, yeah. And I have no filter when it comes to talking about anything medical and pointing out medical issues on other people and myself. And I enjoy quoting Supernatural, and I'm an SPN fanatic.
Fabulous. I can't wait. So I want to make a quick distinction in the world of Delta Green for our viewers who might not necessarily be as familiar with it. So normal Delta Green cells, as they are sometimes called, are usually comprised of about 3 agents. We have 3 agents with us tonight. We have one friendly. I will ask our friendly to raise their hand. And so what's important about that is that a friendly doesn't necessarily know about the conspiracy to protect humanity. They just help the conspiracy members, the members of our Delta Green cell, do what they need to do during certain times. And so they might get a shock of their lifetime tonight. So the setting for our story is Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. The year is 2017. It is the month of August. And our agents have all, in a very similar way, have been contacted by the program. So these agents are veteran agents. They have been on other operations before, maybe 1 or 2 in, say, the past 3 or 4 years. And they know that when they get a specific type of message, either be it through the mail or through encrypted email or through an old phone at a laundromat, that they're supposed to follow those instructions. So I think what would be a fun building exercise for us is to talk about how that agent might get their message. And so if I can, I would love to ask Skip how he thinks Lionel would get a coded secret message from a conspiracy that operates within the United States government.
Well, Lionel himself, as you can tell by what I'm wearing, likes to wear Hawaiian shirts. So he's very casual, very carefree. So one of the magazines that he loves to read is the National Star. He always keeps up with the happenings of Bigfoot, the chupacabras, everything like that. So the way he's contacted is there's a little blurb that comes in one of the ads in that newspaper. And that's how he gets his information of where to meet and things like that. So they know he reads like this fanatically. So that's the way that they get in touch with him.
Okay. Interesting. So perhaps, Nate, you could tell us how Dave gets his messages.
Absolutely. Dave is a proud member of the FBI, and as you might be able to tell, he wears crisp white pressed shirts almost every single day of his life, even Saturdays, if you can believe that, handler. And I have a favorite laundromat, of course. And my normal routine is to go and I'll go to the laundromat. I'll put my stuff in. I usually take 2 of the machines if I can. I'll leave. I'll go down the street. I will pick up a lovely bowl of, I'm a Cleveland guy, but I still like a bowl of Skyline. So I'll grab a bowl of Skyline at the diner, and then I'll go back, finish up my laundry. It's a nice little routine for me. Every Sunday, I'll probably spend a couple hours doing that. One Sunday, I go back to the laundromat and grab my clothes out of the dryer. I start pulling them out. There is a different t-shirt in there. And as I'm looking at it, because I don't normally I wear undershirts, of course, proper gentleman. I don't wear t-shirts. And when I'm looking at the t-shirt, check the tag. Someone probably put this in here. On the tag is a message. And that is how I received my introduction or my invitation.
I think that is a very unique way. All right. So, Morgan, perhaps you could tell us about John and the nurse. And really, how does your nurse get his messages?
Well, if I could be so kind as to bold, not kind. Let's not be kind here.
Right.
To describe what John looks like.
Please.
Oh, thank you. John is about 55 years old. He's been in nursing for about 30 years, 33 years. So he's, very knowledgeable. He doesn't put up with guff from new residents that think they're hot shit. He's experienced, but he is a really good looking guy. He keeps in shape. He's got these bright blue eyes, salt and pepper gray hair, usually a like 9 o'clock shadow running on his face. Very always sharply dressed in his scrubs, which is usually like a dark blue scrub to match his really nice eyes. And again, always keeps in shape. So he is well liked by his coworkers. Anyways, usually he gets his notifications via when he's on the computer in the EMR, and he gets a secure chat message from an unknown user that doesn't exist in the system that lets him know that it's time. So at that point, he says that he's sick and he leaves.
Yep.
They call in somebody else.
I love that. So you are all given some very specific instructions. And there is a place that they note on your instructions where you're to meet. It is a truck stop outside of Cincinnati proper. It's probably about 10 or 15 miles southeast. And they give you in these instructions basically GPS coordinates. And it says meet here for your instructions. You've never been probably to this specific truck stop. It's not necessarily a corporate one. This is more of like a diesel repair shop that occasionally sells gas and cigarettes and sticky buns to people who drive through this, 3-horse town. But upon arrival, there's a something that tips you off for sure, Lionel, and that is that there is a late model Caprice Classic. It's probably a 96. It screams police officer. It's not. It doesn't even look drivable. Looks like it might be missing a tire or two.
Mhm.
But there's something on that car that just, you get the feeling like something's going on with that car and you need to know what it is. You'll all have arrived in either different conveyances or at different times in different ways. But since the 3 of you have worked together before, seeing each other on site won't be necessarily as strange. So we'll pick up the live scene here at this little diesel repair and truck stop. We'll say that it's about 5 p.m. Minimal traffic. It's a 2-lane highway.
Well, Lionel will come out. He would arrive a little earlier. gone inside, got him a pecan log and a diet RC, and is kind of walking back outside, eating the pecan log, fumbling with the top of the RC can. And that's when he notices that car. And he'll just kind of give it that suspicious once over twice and just kind of casually walk around like he's still trying to open up the can, which he really is, and see if he can get seeing what that feeling is. Why is he getting that something really weird going on kind of feeling?
Yeah, we'll say it's something that likely both John and Dave see Lionel eyeing this car. You see the drink. He's fumbling with this drink, probably because he's staring at this car.
Are you drinking too much caffeine there, Lionel?
I've got to cut back. Yeah, I'm drinking the diet RC now.
Oh, there's still caffeine in Diet RC, Lionel. That could be why you're shaking a little bit. You might need less or more.
Wait a minute. No, it says sugar free, right?
That doesn't mean it's caffeine free. Lionel.
I need you around, John. You keep me in line. Pecan log?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you're such an idiot. All right.
No, something. I walked by this car and there's something off. I don't know. Maybe it is caffeine. Nice tie, Dave.
So
Thanks, Hup. Work just special. Cobb, you extract anything funny out of anyone lately?
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about that, HIPAA and all. But
I know you're not at liberty, but I love those stories. They're my favorite.
Let me tell you about this person that came into the ER, and oh my goodness, they should have just stayed at home because how embarrassing it was to get that thing stuck up that. Oh my gosh.
They can't stay at home. That's the beauty of your job.
Do any of our agents have alertness over 40?
Yes, I have an 80.
That's pretty alert.
50.
Yeah. So 50 and up is definitely something that you catch, which is there is the plates that are on the front of this Caprice don't match the plates that are on the back. They're different states. One is Nevada or Nevada, depending upon where you live. And then the other one is New York.
Good eye, Hup. You catch these, is that what you caught your eye? This car's probably stolen.
Must be. I mean, New York, Nevada, they cross country, right?
Well, yeah, and it's just generally illegal to have two different plates, from two different states in any car, regardless of the distance. That's neither here nor there.
Mm.
Are these windows tinted or anything like that? Is that?
No, they're not tinted. But upon closer inspection, you do realize that the body line on the driver's side rear part of this is a little off. Like maybe the car was involved in an accident and then it went through a repair.
Oh my goodness, what's that over there? And I'm just going to try and open up all the doors.
Back passenger door does open for you. And it hits you immediately what's different about this car. This car has been flooded. You can smell it instantly in the floorboards and in the matting and carpets on the floor. But tucked, given your alertness, tucked into what looks like the center console is a little like manila, the corner of something that looks like a manila envelope.
There it is, Cobb. There's those instructions that you love so much. Reach in. I'll just reach in from the back and over and grab it and hand it to John.
John, you get the envelope.
You wanted John? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm too busy telling what I thought it was. Excuse me here. All right. Yeah, I opened the envelope. Wait, First, I pull out rubber gloves, and then I open the envelope.
Okay. After a quick couple of, smacking sounds from the gloves going on, you uncurl this envelope and sort of fold it over. The manila color reminds you a lot of a internal postal color. This looks like interagency mail. When you get it open, there's a sheaf of paper inside that gives you another set of coordinates, and it says, call this number, direct this friendly to this location, acquire supplies, and afterwards head to the hometown inn. Sorry,
Yeah, I read that.
my apologies. It was said hometown motel. On the back of it, when you flip it over, because of course you're probably completely investigative, it gives you a very quick sort of line by line breakdown. It lets you know that a friendly is missing. They give you the name of Anna Amalusik. They believe her to be renting a room at this hometown inn motel. They believe it is 137. It's a couple hours away. That the purpose is for you to determine the circumstances of her disappearance and if she's in danger to the conspiracy, if she is a threat. And that you are to report up if you believe she is a threat. This case is now your top priority. You get a physical description of her, and you get a rough idea of her age. She appears to be 43, blonde hair, blue eyes. They say that she is of Swedish and American descent, and they include a picture of her. So agents have a picture of her. They believe her to be very friendly, quiet, exceedingly bright, and lacking any obvious vices or personal complications.
Well, she sounds too good to be true, doesn't she?
So she's holed up in the that hotel.
That does what appear what the information says.
John, I'm sorry. The wind sort of caught your what you were saying and pulled
Can
it
you hear
away.
me now?
Oh man, yeah. That diesel just drove right by while you were talking. I couldn't hear a thing you said.
I'm sorry. I'll speak up. Hey, who's gonna call this number on this sheet? Because yeah, I already talked to strangers all day. I'd rather somebody else do that.
I'll call.
Oh, Lionel, you're the best.
Okay, so the great part about this, Lionel, is that you probably recognize this phone number. This is another friendly that you have worked with in the past. In fact, you all have worked with them on and off on a couple of different cases. They're a scientist that you know. And I believe that scientist's name is Ava. Memory serves correctly.
Sure is.
Yep. Ava Birch, scientist at large, also Delta Green friendly. Not that you by any means would know the words Delta Green. You would know the program. But you're supposed to contact her and direct her to where you're going.
Wait, did you say I'm at large?
No, I was you're not at large. I was talking to Skip. You wouldn't.
Okay.
No, I don't think you're at large. Well, you may be. I don't know. I mean, that could be a totally new turn for the character. Go right ahead. If you're at large, that totally changed things up.
Not that I know of.
All right, y'all. Looks like you don't recognize that number. That's Ava's. Remember?
Ava. Oh, Ava Birch, a scientist.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we had drinks one time. She'd like hit on me and stuff, and I just had to gently let her down.
Think she's read in then, or she's still a friendly.
Well, you're still wearing those biker shorts that day, you know. I mean,
Which one?
I can't pull off
Dave
biker
or
shirts.
me?
All right, I'll give her a call.
Okay. Yeah. Feel free to play through. Your phone rings, Ava.
Ava Birch.
Ava, it's Lionel. What's up? What's up?
Oh, I've just got a hazardous experiment going, but that doesn't matter. What can I do for you?
We got something going down. We need your help. You need to go to blah, and we need your help.
Okay. I mean,
They
I
let
don't
me
really have
talk.
any.
So the city that you direct her towards, or that you get directed to, Ava, is a city called Hamlet. It is a very small town outside of Cincinnati. It's probably 30 to 45 minutes, depending on traffic. Maybe a little less than that, but based on where you are.
I'll be there in like an hour. I just need to make sure that this isn't going to explode while I'm gone, and I'll meet you there.
Sounds good. You want me to pick you up a pecan log? They're really good here. Really good.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna grab a cup of coffee and probably like a 5-hour energy and combine those on the way. I'll be there in just a minute.
Gotcha.
And I'll just hang up the phone.
Adios.
Okay.
She's coming.
Right. Lionel, you've been practicing your banter. You were very smooth.
I don't know why y'all let me call. I never know what to say except for yo, what's up?
You nailed that part. You nailed that part.
I was told that was hip. I don't know.
It's hip and cool, Lionel, and
There
it
we go.
puts the market at ease, and everything you're doing is great.
Awesome.
Yeah. You have an extra pecan roll? Because
I do. I bought 2.
All
So
right.
we're good for the road. Who's driving? Are we all driving? We leaving my car here?
I got my van, and I'm pointing at a GMC, an '87 GMC extended van. It's got pinstripes and everything.
That'll work. Let me go lock up the Chevette. Hang on.
I Ubered here.
You Uber, man, John. You're just throwing your. Well, you are, I guess, an RN, so you've got that money to throw away.
Kids, no wife. Yeah.
Oh, what a dream! What a dream! Can we just hear more about your life, just in depth, for maybe 3 to 4 hours? Let's just skip the rest. I just want to hear about a life with no kids, just unattached.
I went out with this really hot anesthesiologist the other day. Man.
I hear that the
Legs
anesthesiologists
for
are
miles.
nuts.
Mm.
Were they wearing like the beanie or whatever, the bandana, all crazy?
Yep.
Yeah.
We go all Grey's Anatomy in our
Yeah.
hospital.
I've shot a couple of those before. I've never gone out with them though.
Wow. Like with your gun?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I step back just a smidge.
So you get piled in this van and head down the road. For the agents, it's about a 20 or so minute drive based on where you are. Hamlet is, as you can imagine, a very small town. There's probably no more than 200 people that live in it. It's a pass-through little village on the way to Cincinnati. But the directions that you get do lead you to a secure self-storage lot with a 6 to say 8 foot chain link fence topped with barbed wire and a keypad entry to keep it locked up. And by now it's about, we'll say 6:30, give or take. And so by August, you're starting to see the sun at least wane a little bit. It's still up, but there's definitely some longer shadows at play now. The instructions would have had the code in it as well.
Yeah. Dave. The number's 867-5309.
It is most certainly not.
No, it is.
But you get the code put in. The gates open. They're roll gates, so they open. pretty noisily actually. And the number is listed. It looks like it's 17B. Looks second row all the way back.
I drive there. And John, one of these days, you're going to give me one of these codes and it's going to lock us out and we're going to be in trouble.
Then we just climb the fence. I mean, I do Ironmans all the time. Like,
Yeah,
aren't
but
you
we got
supposed to
Lionel
do-
with us. Lionel doesn't want to do that.
Aren't you supposed to do physical fitness tests like once a year to prove that you can still do your thing?
Yeah, but part of the test is to not involve yourselves in activities to waste energy, because all of the training is you need to have the energy for when you actually need it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if we ever get locked out, I'll climb the fence and get you guys in. Gosh. Listen,
Eye of the
see,
tiger.
muscles.
So while all this is going on, Ava, you do eventually reach Hamlet. What I want to know is, are agents proceeding to the storage locker before the a friendly arrives, or are you going to wait for her?
We should probably wait for her.
Well, so I'll drive up to 17B and then I'll just park, turn the lights off.
Makes
Wait.
sense.
Did we tell her which storage unit to come to?
Yeah, it's when Lionel said blah, 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 blah. I heard it. I heard it in there.
I
Okay.
love that. I think that's great.
We were retconning that.
I mean, we don't need to retcon anything. We just say that that's what happened.
Mhm.
I heard it.
We'll even say that Lionel probably didn't have OPSEC and gave her the code to the door too. Because he was being so eloquent and so friendly with the friendly, as it were.
Indeed.
So Ava, you pull up and there's a van outside this storage locker. You don't know why
I'll,
you're a,
Yeah, I keep like a box of like medical grade like nitrile gloves in the car, so I'm gonna grab a couple pairs of those and like stuff them in my pocket as I get out of the car and walk up. And I'll knock on the window and raise my coffee.
Which window?
Driver's window.
I roll it down, manual. Hey, Ava. Good to see you. Oh, you've already got your gloves on. All right.
I don't know what we might be handling, and you guys have shown me some weird stuff that I definitely didn't want to be barehanded for. So, in case there's more repeats.
Smart. Smart. This one seems really straightforward, though. It's just a missing persons. So, probably nothing to worry about. And I'll hop out of the van. Open the back door because the child locks are on so that everyone can get out.
Yep. You all get out. So the agents know exactly what this is. They know exactly what these storage units are. This is likely a green box. It's where you're going to get some operational intelligence, hopefully, and at least maybe some gear. Because I don't imagine all of you run around with like automatic weapons on you.
Only on certain weekends.
And I will thank Nara Latifa in chat for resubbing. We appreciate that very much. Channels all love that, like ours. This is a locked green box, and so what you don't have is a key.
John, does that note have an entry mechanic here?
So does it need a real key? Handler.
What do you mean real key?
Like, does it have a lock, like a master lock?
Yeah, sure does.
So we need a physical key.
Yeah, or you need somebody that knows lockpicking, or you need a tool to take it off, or
God, why are they gonna make it so hard?
I don't know. Ask the guy that wrote the scenario.
I mean, I can lockpick with one of my two guns, but it's going to be loud.
Wait a minute. Hold on. And Lionel will reach down into his boot,
Mhm.
pull out his combat knife, unscrew it, and pull out a needle, like needle and thread, and hand it to Dave. There you go.
That still doesn't have. That's. I like that. That's really clever. It still doesn't help me lockpick
Oh,
because I don't see that skill anywhere. Nope.
Yeah, it's probably.
Would it be a dex check?
I think it's actually probably more. It's probably more an int roll, if anything. Lockpicking is a knowledge rather than a physical. Like if this was a medieval game, if we were playing, I don't know, any sort of medieval fantasy game, I bet I could see an argument for a dexterity roll. But this is way more. Locksmithing and lockpicking is a knowledge-based skill. It's how smart you are to understand how locks work. I'd even
So I
take
get a 60.
I'd take a machinery roll, like a heavy machinery roll, even though it's not technically heavy machinery.
I mean, I'd also be happy to use my multi-tool and try to lockpick it.
Go for it.
I've got a little bit of criminology, but I don't know if that.
That's actually probably not a bad. That's probably not a bad.
I rolled a 28 under 65 if we're basing off of int.
Yeah. I probably would even give you probably a penalty for non-skilled use, but I'll say that you work at it for a little while, maybe a minute or two. You got the multi-tool in there and you're sort of wrenching it around, trying to push the tumblers aside, trying to get something fitted in there. You actually do end up having to use the needle that Lionel has to push some of the other tumblers apart. You have to basically use two tools to breach it, but you eventually pop the lock on it.
I'll go ahead and pull it up.
Okay. So this green box looks pretty special. It appears to have been converted into some sort of working space. There are 4 desks here, which sort of face each other with office chairs. There's a phone on each desk, and there's even lighting that hangs above each one of these desks. There are 2 cots in here against the far wall, and there is a set of filing cabinets against one of the walls. This is a fairly deep box, so you've probably got about, we'll say it's about 10 by 20. Got a lot of space in here. There are also many, many things within the box. So there's clothing racks, and there's, things you would normally find in, say, a storage facility. It looks like something out of grandma's attic or your grandpa's basement. There's probably boxes of old clothes. What I really like to know is how many of you are going in and who is searching the green box?
I'll stay outside.
Okay.
I'll go in. It's a green box. We've been here before.
You have not been in this green box.
Well, we've been in a green box.
You have been in a green box, yes.
It's not my first rodeo.
It is not. Thank
Andrew, I
you.
have a question.
Yes.
With a 40 in demolitions,
Mhm.
can I take just a quick look around and see if there's any tripwires or anything like that that may cause us some issue?
So the roll wouldn't be demolitions; it would be more be alertness. And
Okay.
so I won't sort of trigger your alertness based on explosives. But when
Mhm.
you look around, you do see things that sort of concern you in the immediacy. You see on one of the desks, there's a cardboard box, relatively plain cardboard box. And when you sort of turn the lights on to get a better view of the box, you see that on that side of the box, there is a sign that says, "Caution, live turkeys." There are no air holes in this box that you can see. There's on one of the desks, there's an aluminum briefcase. I'm basing this on Lionel's alertness, given that it's so high. You're just going to pick up some of this information naturally. And I'll give some of this information nod, obviously, to Dave and to John as well. Dave, along one of the walls, you see that there is a baseball bat that has a railroad spike that's been driven through it. And it looks like it's sort of a medieval style Warhammer. That's sort of what the vibes it gives off. John, you see that in one of the corners there's a box that looks like it has clothes in it, but they're the same sorts of clothes, right? So they look like they're almost like overalls or uniforms.
Yeah, I'll probably go over to the box, and I mean, I need to change anyways because I came right to the diesel truck stop in my scrubs, so I can't go running around in those. I mean, I could. They look good on me. But so I'm gonna change into these coveralls.
Yeah, the coveralls definitely give you a dirty truck stop vibe. They have a patch on the front that says Bear Creek Construction. There's also a accompanying trucker hat that says Bear Creek Construction. There are 3 sets of these.
Man, I slapped that trucker hat on. Man, I haven't worn something like this since back in Colorado when I was working the fields.
Looks good on you, John.
I know.
Looks like there's a couple more. Why don't you grab all of them?
Yeah,
just in case we need to pretend that we are all part of some group.
Toss one over to Dave and to Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lionel, Dave, where are the 2 of you headed first as John gets into these coveralls?
I feel like my role is more to stand at the door, sort of by Ava. My hand ready to grab at my sidearm in case there's anything going on, and let Lionel and John do the green box.
Okay, cool. So Lionel?
Really want to know what's in the box labeled live turkeys. So just going to carefully check that out. Listening for turkeys.
You listen for turkeys. There's a couple things I'll give you based on just getting up to the box. There's no smell. And it doesn't also appear to be large enough to even house more than a turkey. But I'll just ask if you're going to open it.
Carefully.
You open it. Carefully open it. And when you do, you find packing peanuts inside, lots of styrofoam peanuts. But you can tell the box has some weight to it.
He'll reach into his pocket, pull out his work gloves. He doesn't have those little dainty hospital gloves. He's got big work gloves.
Sure.
And he'll kind of put his hands in there and see if he can feel anything, first of all.
Okay, you put your hand in the box. You root around down in there. You feel the work gloves sort of rub up against all the little styrofoam packing peanuts. Everybody in the background, by the way, hears the sound of all of those mixing styrofoam packing peanuts. It's just a very specific sound that sort of fills the space. And you reach in and you get your hand down about midway through the box. And you feel something hard.
Okay.
Rigid. Metallic or hardened.
Okay.
And then you feel something that maybe feels like a strap. What are you going to do?
Is he frozen?
I don't know. I hope
I
not.
think he's frozen. I don't think he's shocked at your strap-on description. I think he's frozen. And he did say he had thunderstorms.
Oh, did he? Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give Skip a moment.
He's so intently frozen. It's amazing.
I know. I see that.
He's like, "What's in the box?"
Oh, there goes the overlay.
Oh no!
It's okay. It's okay. We'll wait. We're gonna hopefully get Skip back. I can sort of mess around with the overlay a little bit, but this is the sand loss part of our journey. All right, let me move some things around.
Oh,
This will take just a second or two. Yeah, I show him offline too, so we might need to. Oh, yep. See, this is what happened.
It's always the way.
He touched the box, and now we're all in trouble.
I guess we know what the live turkey is inside of that trap box.
Yep, we sure do.
Yep, it kills whoever touches it. It kills the internet connection of whoever touches it.
It did. It absolutely did. Yeah, this will take a few minutes for me to fix, but that's okay because we're just going to have a little fun. Oh, power went out for a second. Master Storm here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll leave the overlay alone, and we'll adjust and wait. I could throw us to an ad, but it feels a little early, and I don't want to necessarily do that. But yeah, so what we can do is we can sort of kind of play through. And what we'll do is we will go then to John, and we'll have John give us an idea after you get the coveralls what you're doing. Okay, yeah. Skip's just waiting on his internet to come back up. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Oh, hey, buddy. Yes.
You want to wait while we're waiting? We're waiting, right?
We are waiting. We're going to just hold here for a second.
Okay.
I know what I could do. Here's how what I could do. I could give all of you a brief tap dance. So Gen Con's this week, but I'm not going.
Great
Me
story,
neither.
Mike. Wow.
There's a shit ton of people that go, and that's cool. They can go. Godspeed.
Yeah, it requires travel if I were going to go. So
Now Skip's back. Now I just got to adjust some things because people are in the wrong spot, and that's okay.
Sorry about that, y'all.
You don't control the. How dare you?
How dare your storm come through?
Right, exactly.
Skip. Jeez.
All right.
Supposed to control the weather, my guy.
We'll move some people around, and it'll look fun. I'm glad you got back.
Yeah, it's booming out there, so I may disappear again, but it should be over in about 15 minutes.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
So that's one hell of a box you grabbed, huh? Neat. I can continue to move the overlay while you inspect the box. So the last thing I asked you was if you're going to put your hand in the box.
Yes.
All right. You put your hand in the box and you felt that very sort of restrictive, maybe not restrictive is the wrong word. You felt that there's an object in there, like a firm object, and it's got like a strap attached to it. I want to make sure you heard the entire. Now I got to move Nate, and I got to get a hold of.
Did not hear the strap part. That's when I'm bleeped out. So
maybe that was the gods trying to save you from my description. Just give me Nate. There we go. No, wrong window.
With the handle, does it kind of wrap towards the bottom, each side, like all the way down this object, or does it look like it's like on the top of something that would pop off? Or
Well, it feels like an equipment case.
Okay. I will slowly pull it out.
Okay. You very carefully and slowly pull out what appears to be a weapon. So held within the case or within the box of, it says caution live turkeys, is a loaded, you can tell it's loaded, model FNP90. So this is a bullpup semi-automatic carbine. And it looks like there's 2 spare magazines in here. And it looks like the inside of the box, where like all of the official information on it says that it's stamped from a police department in a city in Texas.
Oh my. He'll kind of pull it out and like look at it in the light better, and just this gleam comes over his eyes.
I cannot get a hold of Nate's Zoom window. It will not give it to me. It just keeps giving me Morgan's Zoom window.
As it's intended.
No, it's actually really not intended to do that.
No, it should. Not Nate. Anywho, I see that sweet weapon that Lionel pulls out.
And you remember you're a nurse. Yeah, go on.
And I'm a nurse. So I go get the baseball bat with the spike through it. Because if he gets a weapon, I'm getting a weapon too.
Yeah, got it. Okay. You pick up actually the baseball bat with the spike is really heavy. But you hoist it. You're nurse sexy man. You can certainly hang on to it.
Yeah, my strength is 60.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, you heft it. You played baseball as a kid. You're fine.
Yep. You said there was a metal suitcase or something on one of the desks?
I did, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and open that. Can I open it?
Okay. You go over and you open it. So when you open it up, what you find inside is more guns. So inside this case specifically, there are a pair of 10 millimeter semi-automatic pistols. And they don't look like any sort of pistol you've seen before. You're not necessarily vastly familiar with firearms. You've seen your share of guns. I mean, you grew up in a place probably where there were commonly some guns around, but you haven't seen pistols like this before. You also notice that, like, inside the case, there are 2 of these tubes, like black cylindrical tubes in the center of the case.
Oh. This reminds me of the gun that Sam and Dean used to try to kill Lucifer in season 5 of Supernatural. Oh, God, what was that called?
I don't know. I stopped watching in season 3. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, not all of us, can be that committed. I understand. Hey, Dave, do you know what these are? I don't do guns.
What's that, John?
That case, guns. Is there any papers or anything in here, handler?
No, they're not.
Just the weapons. Okay. Is there any computers in the room?
Nope.
Okay.
If I glance back, do these guns look familiar to me?
Yeah. Familiar in the sense that they are types of weapons that you've seen before. So these weapons have been modified. They're essentially customized Glock 19s. And getting a reasonably close look at them, Dave, you can tell that they've been converted to fire .22 long rifle subsonic ammunition. And those accessories that are in the case, those are silencers.
Oh boy, John, you found a whole batch of spy shit.
Like, Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery, 007 spy shit.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
Nice.
when Sam and Dean put on the suit and they go dress up and pretend to be, FBI agents or some such, and as spies.
Yes.
Yeah, season
Yes.
8, episode 10 through 13, in particular. Yeah.
I think it's like every episode they pretend.
But all of these are firing slower bullets, so they're not as loud, and then they've got silencers on the end. So you should probably just scoop all those up.
Yeah. Is there any bags nearby? Or should we just take the whole like suitcase?
You don't necessarily see any bags nearby.
I'll
You
close
have
the
you have the
suitcase.
bag that the coveralls are in. You could totally reuse that.
Yeah, I'll throw the guns in there. Is there any extra magazines or anything for it, or extra bullets?
Yep. So inside the case, basically tucked. And the thing that's important to remember is everything within this case has been cut specifically to hold these things. And so, like the 2 magazines that each one of these guns has, so there's a total of four clips, and these silencers, Dave, they've all been machine cut specifically for this case.
Yeah, John, don't dump all that stuff. Just put them back in that. That case is custom made just to carry all that stuff. You ain't gonna find anything better.
Okay.
Yeah, just grab that whole thing.
So it's like got the styrofoam in there where you can lay the guns in there, kind of like.
It's not even styrofoam. It's actually custom injected foam.
Oh.
This is
fancy.
very professional. It also
Mhm.
probably might, as a nurse, might make you worry a little bit. Like,
What are we doing?
yeah, that might be a good question to ask. Like, hey, what are we doing?
Why do we need these guns?
I was just gonna say, I mean, I'm not the sharpest tool in the building, but I thought we were just trying to find somebody. I mean, this thing.
Well, remember, your briefing did say make sure Anna wasn't a threat. And if Anna's a threat, we might need to defend ourselves. Also, they invited Ava. Ava is a scientist that makes dangerous explosive stuff. They must have a reason. Ava, did you get any more information on your invitation?
What invitation?
Well, how
It was
did you
my
know
phone
to
call.
come? Oh, we called you.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Remember the whole
right.
yo-yo? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
That's right.
Are you huffing things over there, Dave?
I'm very drunk right now. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. You know how I am, John.
I know. I saw that flask that you pulled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a cursory final inspection or follow-up inspection reveals a couple of other things. There is a clothing rack near the back of this. There does seem to be a few articles of clothing. Most of them fit, I will say, average body size and maybe a little bit larger. You don't find any body armor. You don't find any more official clothing, really, that you could potentially wear other than the coveralls. You find in a tucked in the file cabinet, you find 2 bottles of wine. They look to be 20 or 25 years old. And there's a note sort of stuck to them, like a Post-it note, which is aged a bit, that says, "Please don't take these. Thanks, Jay." It's signed Jay. But next to it, there's a leather shoulder holster that has what looks like a .357 Magnum in it.
Oh, now this is the weapon that I need. And I'm going to go grab both those bottles of wine and walk them back to my van and tuck them into my wine holder that I've installed in the back.
So a couple of other cleanup things before we sort of have gone through the box in its entirety. Lionel, you find a clipping from the Chicago Tribune. It's an editorial section from 1991. It talks about Operation Desert Storm. And somewhat, maybe fittingly enough, John, you find a manila envelope that contains an AARP ad and some information, mostly about somebody's retirement plan. And inside that, there are 5 unspent 9mm rounds.
Like, maybe that was somebody's retirement plan. Was
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah, I'll put those in my coverall pocket.
Okay.
I take the manila envelope with me as well because it could have some good information about the. I mean, I am 55, so I'm I'm there.
So you've probably been getting AARP mail for about 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, probably. So, yeah, I grabbed my steel case. Are we ready? Did you put that wine in the Dave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was that, John?
We're not in Wisconsin. This is not drinking Wisconsin-bly. Come on, and you like.
Did you just say drinking Wisconsinly, John?
I did.
We
It's a
don't say things like that in Ohio. This is a civilized and a proper state.
I'm sorry. Is that why you have wine holders in your van?
Well, yeah. What are you just going to let it roll around? This is 20 years. This is either the most terrible vinegar or the best bottle that we've ever had. And when we succeed at everything and everything has gone great, we're going to crack this thing open. We're going to share a bottle of a really old wine. And Scrooge, he's probably dead or he retired.
This could be his retirement plan that I picked up. Do you have koozies for your bottles of wine, or is
This
it just
again, Ohio. This is not Wisconsin. And I'm getting into the van and
I
starting it up.
throw the case in the back of the van and I jump in.
Okay. So what we'll do there is we will see our agents get into the van, and they're going to head to the hometown inn motel, which is located about an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours away, depending on how fast Dave drives. And since it's Ohio, we have to at least have a Dave. But moreover, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the next portion of Operation Gray Eyes. Thanks for being a part of it, and we look forward to seeing you back real quick. Alrighty. Welcome back. I hope you've all enjoyed the break. Hopefully you did a little self-care during the break and got a chance to get some water and whatever other biological needs you might have, or perhaps you're a complete android and you needed to take an oil bath. Either way, we are absolutely glad that you're back with us. We are back playing Operation Gray Eyes. We are happy you've spent some time with us already tonight, and look forward to being your entertainment for the rest of the evening. So when we last left our agents, they had finished pilfering the green box and then had decided, after a few bottles of wine were absconded with, that they were going to make their way off to their target. You take about an hour and 45 minutes or so to get there. And while I don't necessarily want to belabor the travel, because I do believe getting to the guts of this is good, I think 2 hours in the car is a lot of time for 4 people who have probably not shared a lot of space together to sort of, be who they are at some point. So I want to know, given Dave that it's your van, what kind of music do you listen to, Dave? And do you let anybody assist you with the musical choices?
I listen to the top 20 radio station in Cincy, whatever that is. And so I think we'll probably listen to a lot of Kendrick and maybe Bruno Mars. And 2017.
Yep.
Imagine Dragons is probably
Oh yeah.
that's the rotation. It's Imagine Dragons, it's Bruno Mars, it's Kendrick. And if anyone wants to change that, I'm fine, because I just like music and noise, but I'm not tied. I'm also a very speed limit driver. So I am pegged right at the speed limit, or maybe a mile below.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably say those are all reasonable choices that would probably come on to a top, sort of station that you would get out of Cincinnati. You get it for quite a while, probably a good hour outside. It's a 50,000 watt plus station, and so it's going to get a lot of reach. It does eventually wane, probably during a Coldplay song or something like that. But that being said, Lionel, how are you spending an hour and a half or so in the car? Like, are you going over this new weapon? Are you thinking about what happens when you get to this motel?
Lionel first will be looking at the weapon, making sure he knows every part of it, because if anything goes down, pretty much he's going to be the one that's going to have to use it. So he wants to make sure that he is up to date, just, cleaning it if he needs to, if it needs cleaning, just habits like that. Every once in a while, he'll say, "What the hell is that on the radio?" because he doesn't listen to that. He'll throw in the name George Strait. He'll throw in Willie Nelson every now and then. He'll even say, "Man, could you at least play some Freebird?" It's just something to break the monotony that is top 40 radio these days. So, it's just that. And then, of course, he'll finish his second pecan log and offer it to everybody who I'm assuming is going to turn it down like
and
they
I say,
do.
Yes, of course. And I think you'll like this one, Lionel. It's Desposito. It's sort of like Willie Nelson, just for the new folks.
Is that the one with the Jose Feliciano?
No,
They
I
ain't
don't think
like it.
so.
The pecan log is pretty good. All things considered. The top 40 station eventually fades, and you get what you get in really most middle America, which is country. And lots of it.
I turned the radio off.
You turn the radio off before Alan Jackson gets into the chorus of his sort of latest hit. But it's about 9:00 at night when the van of the 4 of you pull up near Hometown Inn Motel. It's off a secondary highway, and the town that it is placed in looks maybe like it's got about 1,500 people. It looks like it's literally right off the highway. You actually have to go further down the road, get into an off-ramp, turn around, and get on the frontage road to get to it. And if there's anything more Midwest than that, I have no idea.
They got this thing tucked back like a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I mean, if the area was bigger, you would probably have gotten a Cracker Barrel in this, probably right in this position. But this motel has been here for seemingly quite a while. I mean, the outside of the building looks like it's from the 60s. And
I'm
yeah, you pull up.
gonna pull up. I'm not gonna go into the hotel. I'm gonna pull up and to the side. So on this service road or whatever, I'll pull off in view, pretty close, but just leave the van running and turn the radio even further off, more off than it was before when the country started playing, and take a gander at this hometown inn. Ava, John, Lionel, any of you been here? Is this familiar or is this brand new to all of us? I've never been here before.
No reason to be here.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of the description. So the siding is faded light blue. The roof is a shingle roof. It's seen way better days. It's gray. The distinctive features for our players are that it is a multi-level motel. It looks like it's a pull-up, sort of park in front of your motel door. And then there's a sort of rusty red railing that goes on the second level. And there are two different staircases, one at the far end and one at the end you're close to, that go up to the second level. It does look like there is a carport at the far side of the motel where the hometown sign is. And that's probably where the office is. There are 3 or 4 different vehicles right now that are parked outside of the motel. A late model Dodge and a couple of work trucks, it looks like.
Well, it said in the paperwork that she's on room 137, so it's probably on the first floor, typically, because there's a 1 in front of it for, I'm explaining this to Lionel, just in case. So, yeah, maybe we should just go right to the room instead of going to the office first, because I wouldn't want to raise any suspicions, and I don't want more people to see my face, because it is very recognizable.
It works. You wanna play the good old wellness check routine on this one?
Yeah, that sounds like a great play. You're the federal agent, so.
You're the RN.
But I'm dressed in coveralls that say Bear Creek Construction.
That was a choice.
It was a choice. Whatever. Yeah, let's go knock on the door.
I'll pull the van up and park. I'll park far away from room 137.
Okay.
So on one side or the other, whatever side is farther away.
Okay. So if you park further away from the 137, what you'll notice is that you are going to park closer towards the office, not in front of it. Obviously, there are a few parking spots. You could probably tuck yourself between a couple of these work trucks, and that might give you a little bit of cover.
Sounds good. I'll do that. Is there a pool to the lovely hometown motel?
It does not appear so, no.
Shame.
There is a vending machine area that's between the office and the start of the rooms. And it does look like there is a outdoor sitting area. It's got 4 or 5 different sort of these older metal chairs that you'd see lounging, 50s or 60s style near the pool somewhere. Like maybe there was a pool here at one point, and there is a big bug zapper that's sort of attached, and that is giving maybe a couple of the older residents here something to entertain themselves with. But you park.
Lionel, are you going to take your new toy? You going to leave that in the van?
I won't leave that in the van, but I am going to grab one of those pistols just in case that were in the suitcase.
Yep, aluminum suitcase. Now I'll ask you a question. Are you taking the silencer with you?
Yeah, actually, I think I will.
Okay. You take it with you. Yeah, I mean these just picking them up, like you feel the care that someone put into machining this gun.
Hmm.
Like, yes, it's a Glock 19, but someone altered the grip and they completely swapped out and customized the barrel. You see that they got multiple clips of subsonic ammunition. It's made to fire as quietly as possible.
Okay.
I'll take one too. I'll screw the silencer on. This is a really illegal weapon, so do not be caught with this thing. And Ava, are you a shooter? You want one of these?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right.
How many guns are there?
So there are 2 pistols that have been recovered. There is the semi-automatic automatic weapon that Lionel found.
Mm-hmm.
And then you brought the bat. Did people bring the bat with?
I did bring the
Okay, so
bat.
there's the bat. And then I think that if memory serves correctly, that Dave decided to bring the wine rather than the 357.
Oh, I have two. I have 2 weapons on me, so I didn't really need that 357.
So are you still taking one of the pistols out of the bat?
John, are you unarmed? Because if so, you can definitely have this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Like,
All right.
I can't bring the big bat with. Or maybe I
That would
could.
look a little odd.
Mhm.
You know how to. You're not going to shoot yourself in the
I might shoot myself in the no,
thigh. I was
No, I've practiced. Don't worry.
okay. Good. All right, let's do this.
So she's supposed to be friendly, right? But is that what the note said?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Your instructions were clear that she is a program friendly. She's someone who has worked with the program before, and the reason why you're here is because she's gone missing or she's not in contact, and they are concerned.
Yeah.
Okay. You get out of the
Walk
van.
down. Yeah, get out. Walk down. Unless someone wants to do anything else, I'm just going to walk down to room 137 and get in position and bang on the door.
You get to 137, and there's a couple of environmentals that I'll give you. You don't hear any television. It looks like both the windows are shut. There is a tag on the door that says "Do not disturb." The door looks relatively normal. Doesn't look like it's reinforced or anything like that. But that's what you get.
It's an old ass motel, so I will get close to one of the windows and take a sniff.
Yeah, it's a great question. Your alertness is 50 plus, so I'll say that when you get a big whiff of that motel room, you smell probably sort of a sickly sweet smell. You smell maybe food. There's obviously like the trapped heat and humidity from all of because this room bakes in the sun, right? For at least a large percentage of the day. And there's no cover here. So you get all of the I guess the ick that comes with getting close to smell in a motel room.
Is the AC running?
You hear the AC running, but you don't see the unit.
Okay.
It's possible it's around back.
Ava, you think this is a body smell or just a old motel room smell? I don't know if that's your kind of science or not, but
Well, I mean, a sickly sweet smell usually indicates like a body decomposing after a certain amount of time. So chances are it doesn't necessarily have to be human though.
Did we happen to notice that this had like a back porch on the way in, or is it kind of a flat wall?
Yeah, so just on the way in and having to turn around, you would notice that it backs up to like a wooded area. So it's possible that there is a backspace. You don't see any air conditioners, but you can't imagine that this motel doesn't have some sort of air conditioning.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the front. I'm going to walk around back and see if I see anything in case somebody's in there and tries to run away.
Okay. Lionel, you walk around back. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Actually, yes, I am.
I believe you might have a skill on your character sheet for that.
I have a 50 in stealth.
All right. So with over 50, I won't make you roll. You slip into the shadows. There's an awful lot of night and cover. And after a few moments, neither Dave nor John hear you. He's really good at this.
He's okay.
Oh, that's his thing. That's his thing. He's probably had, you think he's enough time? He's got enough time for this, right? He's probably set up. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
Pound on the door.
Mrs. Anna Lusick? Mrs. Anna Lusick, are you okay?
There's no answer.
Try the doorknob.
Locked.
Hmm.
You get around back, Lionel, and you see that there is a window. And there is an AC unit in the window.
Is it going?
Yep.
Okay. Are there any lights like from the cracks around it, or is it pretty dark?
No, there are some lights, maybe a dim light.
Okay. Can I kind of peek in over the air conditioning or anything like that?
You could, if there wasn't some sort of curtain obstructing your view.
That was going to be my next question. Okay. Does it look like a human could crawl through this if they knock the air conditioner out of the way, or is it?
I think that you'd have a better. I guess we talk about relative build size. You probably think that Ava probably would have the best fit of all of you.
Okay. But nobody could hastily run through there without some effort.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know that you're probably strong enough to pull the AC unit out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to dislodge it. It'll be connected by a cord internally, and so you'll basically have to pull it out and then let it hang and then catch the window frame.
Okay. Well, hopefully it will not come to that.
Okay. There was no answer, Dave.
What do you two think?
Well, you're a federal agent, and maybe we can get an extra key at the front desk then. Save
Try.
it here for a well check. Do you have a badge?
Of course.
It says Agent Plant on it.
Got it from Party City.
I knew you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Head down to the office.
Head down to the office.
Okay. You head down to the office. The office's decor is much different than you expected. It's really 60s in here. It's flower childy. A lot of big colors. Beyond the big colors, all the furniture, carpet, brown, lots of browns. Behind the desk is a sort of mostly middle-aged man. He sits sort of behind the desk. He's got a stack of books to the side, and he's very carefully reading. There's some music on. It's probably solid gold. It's probably like the light rock from the 70s that's playing. I think yacht rock is a perfect atmosphere for us in this space, so we'll make it yacht rock.
Sounds good. You said he's mostly middle-aged. Is there some parts of him that are older or younger?
Yes, everything below the desk is much younger.
Hopefully I won't have to discover any of that. Oh, hey, Daddy-O. It's good to see you. How you doing?
He looks up. Shuts the book, sort of sets it aside. Just you and he sort of looks back and forth between you and John.
My two friends. Season of love. No. Actually, we're here for a very serious thing. You have a guest, Anna Lusick, in room 137, and we have been asked to perform a little wellness check. Do you know anything about Anna? Have you seen her?
He stutters for a second and adjusts his glasses and then sort of goes to the logbook. Yes. Paid for the room a month in advance. Do you have some sort of identification?
Oh, sure, Daddy-O. Pull my wallet out from my back pocket. I've got my badge. I'll just hand it straight over to him. And we've got some folks that are concerned about her well-being. We knocked on the door already. There was no answer, and people haven't seen her that need to see her. People are getting worried. So we're just here to make sure she's okay.
Oh, of course. I'm a little fuzzy on the name there. You said her name was Anna Amalusik?
That's what I have written here in my notebook. I might have got it wrong, though, and I'm looking over at John and Ava, make sure I didn't get that name wrong.
Do you know what she looks like? I don't have I asked because I don't have a Amalusik here in my book.
Oh, she looks like she came right over from Sweden. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yes.
I might even have a picture somewhere.
You
if
do.
You need it.
You do have a picture if you want to produce it.
Here's a picture her family provided.
He takes the picture and you see his right hand shake just slightly. And he looks at it and says, she introduced herself as Miss Polly. He sets the picture back down. As I said, she rented room 137. She paid for a month. She paid in cash in advance.
Is that unusual in this establishment, or is that sort of normal for you?
We have people from time to time. When they were building one of the, there's some construction project, one of the data centers. A couple of years ago, we had some workers here who came in and they paid in advance, but the cash is usually it's usually left for nightly visitors rather than month-long visitors.
Oh yeah, I catch your meaning there. I've got a human of 60, so I do want to lean in a little bit and say,
Sure.
Now, this woman introduced herself to you as Miss Polly. I know her as Anna. I believe that is her real name. Did you catch anything a little bit off about our Anna? Maybe a little bit scary? And I'm just going to look straight at him while I'm asking this sort of weird oddball question.
He looks very concerned. So from the human portion of it, he looks genuinely concerned. He also looks like he wants to help you get whatever you need. He says she's mostly kept to herself. She's been here for about a week so far, but her car has been missing from the parking lot the past day or so.
That's worrisome. That's because she needs to. Well, I mean, I guess she could probably take the medication with her, but she needs. Is there any chance you could give us a peek? And my friend here, John, is a registered nurse. And
sure. He goes under the table and produces an additional key. To take this key and go and do whatever it is you need to do.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
My guy, the construction project a couple of years ago. Do you remember the name of that construction agency that stayed here?
Oh, yes. The agency was the Baker Group. They did some work with a data center. They were working for I think it was Facebook or something.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thanks for your time. I take the key, unless Dave already took it.
I think Jared took it.
God
I
dang
hand it
it,
to you.
Dave. No, I take the key.
I don't want to deal with keys. I'm much too important for keys.
You are. Let me open the doors for you.
Since there hasn't been any screaming or anything like that, I'll make my way back around after a few minutes.
There has not been any screaming. When you get back, so let me ask Ava, during this time that Lionel is gone and then that Dave and John are gone, are you doing anything? You're just standing outside 137, just kind of hanging out, twiddling your thumbs.
I actually went back to the van and stood, and I've been like leaning against it, smoking a cigarette.
Okay. They come back with the key, or they should say that they come back towards the motel room while you're finishing up your cigarette.
Hey, that'll cause cancer, you know.
Yeah, I'm counting on it.
Well, we all go to hell. It's just a matter of when.
Mm-hmm.
I think I totally messed up that line from the TV show, but here we are.
All right, so there's an air conditioner back there, but I think Ava could get through there. Really push, but I didn't see anything. There's a light on in there. We're
Got
going
a
to beat the
choice
door
in front
down.
of us, and we could either go in back, dismantle that air conditioner unit,
Right.
heave Ava up through that broken window, hope she don't get injured, and then stick around. Or John can use this key that we got.
I like
I mean,
that
if the
plan.
key doesn't work, we can shove me through the window, I guess.
It's good to have a contingency plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go open, I grabbed my first aid kit actually out of Dave's,
Mm-hmm.
van, because I forgot to grab it before. And then I will open the door to the motel room.
You open the door to the motel room. You are a registered nurse, John. You have seen and smelled and felt all manner of things which could curl the nose and probably skin of other people. But room 137 is a special kind of sick. It is overheated in here. It is pungent. When you open that door, you get hit with the scent and the smell of all sorts of just awfulness. That little whiff you got before, Dave, it's a flat smack across the face when you're standing too close to this door. It smells like 6 college kids live in here, and all they do all day is either go to the gym or play frisbee on the quad and then stink. It gets in your nostrils, and you can't get it out for a few seconds. When your brain clears enough, looking in, you see that there's a back little lamp on, which gives you some illumination. The bed looks like it's been stripped bare, and there's some paperwork on it. It looks like maybe there's a fold-out map. But the place has been just absolutely altered. There's stuff all over the place. What I'll do, instead of giving you the extraneous description now, is just sort of ask how our agents are going to react to that initial information.
But there's no body or anything, right? It just smells, right?
No body, no crime. You don't see anybody at this point, but
Any blood?
not from the doorway.
Oh, I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Yeah, and take a look around.
I'm going to go right back to my car.
Okay, you go back to the car.
Open it. Inside door. Little thing of Vicks Vapor Rub underneath. Come back. Hand it around to my colleagues. And then I'm going to go in as well. And I'm going to loosen and have my gun ready, not in hand, but ready.
Okay.
And my hand there at my waist because this is already escalating into nonsense.
I'm going to pull on my gloves and I will go inside the room and pull the door closed because the chances of somebody walking by, well, right now maybe slim, are not zero.
That's true. So John and Ava are going to get sort of a first look. There's an awful lot of things that have happened to this location. The bed has been stripped of any bedding and pillows. There is what looks to be a large map, like a fold-out map, that is on the bed. There's a lot of papers here that have generally what look like mathematical equations on them, like long form math. And you realize initially that except for that little light, the little tiny lamp light, it's probably an end table, there are no other electronics in this main room. You have not, you see that there's a bathroom, you just haven't been in it yet. When Lionel, when you and Dave get back, the place looks like a hoarder paradise. There's food boxes. There's essentially, imagine a week plus worth of meals that have been taken in this room. And there is no firm way to put it other than to say that Anna, if that's who was here, didn't tidy up, didn't throw any garbage out. It looks like she came and went, or maybe she ordered food, right? And just never went out, never left. Everything is here. There's refuse all over the place. And so the smell of it is a lot of just basically a week's worth of rotting garbage.
I will put some vapor rub on as well as I'm walking in. And I'll immediately head to the bathroom just to make sure, one, there's nobody living or unliving back there.
Okay.
And two, why the air conditioner isn't working, because I heard it.
Yeah, you hear it, but what you quickly realize is, as of course you have probably some knowledge of some machinery, it sounds like it's just stuck in a recycling mode.
Okay.
Like it's not actually, the fan is not outputting anymore. And it does look like from the interior side of it, it does look like the front panel of the air conditioner has been pulled off and someone has messed with it.
Anything in the bathroom itself?
Yes. Inside the bathtub, you find an alarm clock, a coffee pot, a television, a lot of the other lighting, like a lamp that was like taken apart and put in the bathtub. The table by the front window has a significant amount of books and papers.
So, like, the TV's been taken apart, or has it just been placed back there?
It's been unplugged and placed back there.
Okay.
In large black, like Sharpie marker on this sort of dead television screen, it says, "Do not turn on." There's also evidence in the bathroom that something biological took place in here. Like there's biological matter on the floor. It's it could be considered viscera. There's something in there. I don't know how your sciences are, Lionel, but yeah. This is it looks like something might have died in here.
Human size or
Now it's about the size of a raccoon.
raccoon? Okay. Y'all, something died back here. Ava or whoever, maybe John. There's dead stuff. I don't know.
Oh,
Science
I'll
of
have.
40 with a biology. But I'm assuming Ava's higher.
I mean, my biology is 50.
Yes. Go smell the dead raccoon. Enjoy.
Yeah. So
Uh,
go ahead, Ava.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if you want me to roll for it or not.
Mm-mm. Nope. I'm happy to just give you the information because who doesn't just want the payoff for having good skills? So it's clear to you that this is probably or was at one point a raccoon. There's enough leftover trace fur, but it's almost as if something transmogrified or altered the flesh of this creature and it liquefied.
Can I roll a cult for it to
Actually,
see if something?
no, it would be more of like a sciences. Uh,
Oh, okay. To see if,
mhm. Yep,
like, to investigate further to see if I can get more information out of it.
that's right.
Okay. 19 under 50.
It feels like maybe they used a chemical compound to superheat this, whatever this was. The microwave that's over there looks like a hellmouth.
I'll take a closer look at the microwave too. For chemistry?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the microwave is ground zero for what you are imagining is a scientific test or maybe an emergency containment.
Okay. Well, that's disturbing and gross. The leftover flesh looks like raccoon,
Mm-hmm.
but there's only so much of it that's left, and it was probably disintegrated with a various number of chemicals that were heated to help that process along. Or, you know, to keep it from going feral, maybe? Not really sure. All I know is that there's some dead flesh in there that was definitely cooked using chemicals and not the microwave itself, that's for sure.
Did they dissolve a body in there? Do you think this is like a lime
Oh, not like
with
a
the body
human.
thing? No. Well, did they dissolve like whatever this raccoon thing is? Maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
You think it was to get rid of evidence?
Or maybe it was an experiment. Because the problem being is that since there's not much of this creature left, I can't determine if it was alive when it started the process or not.
I think while they're doing all this sciencey stuff, I'm gonna grab that TV.
Okay. You grab the TV.
I'm gonna take it into the main room. I'm gonna plug it in and I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. You take the TV. You have to sort of sweep some leftover takeout boxes to get a place to set, unless you're going to set it on the floor either way. You have to make space for it, but you plug it in. When you plug it in, there is a almost immediate and increasingly powerful electronic signal that comes out of it. It starts off as like a high pitched white noise, and it begins accelerating rapidly in decibel rating. So it goes from like 40 to 50 to 80 to 90 to 120. And so it's ear piercing. Like that's the level it gets to. And as it begins to accelerate, it gets inside your ear canal, and you get dizzy.
And I pull the plug. I never let go of the plugs, the cords. I pull the plug.
Mhm.
Oh, this TV's broke, y'all. And I'm just digging in my ear.
What?
Yeah, don't watch it. Oh man, got a headache.
So I would like you all to make some search rolls. I know some of you probably have searched fairly high, but let's have an actual roll because rolls are fun. And we'll report in introduction order because that's fun.
I rolled a 50 and I have a 40.
Okay. Yep. You're sifting through paper.
I rolled a 44 over 20.
Oh, okay. So you critically fail.
I sure do.
Very good. I'll get back to you in just a moment. Okay. And then
That's funny. That's funny, Ava. I rolled a 66 over 50.
oh boy. That's 2 critical fumbles in the same room. And that'll be real. And actually different rooms because Ava's still in the bathroom. And then if you would.
I rolled a 39 over 20.
Okay. So failures are one thing. Critical failures are even worse. So I'll start, I think I'm going to start in the main room. So Dave, you are searching after sort of unplugging the television and searching through some things. You find a bunch of photocopies of just a stack of this information. And underneath this stack of information, loose papers on one of the end tables. It's got cluttered, food garbage and whatnot on it, but there's definitely some sort of text or whatever it was that she's working on it at the time. You lift it up, and the table underneath moves. Something on the table moves. It skitters. Many things on the table move. They have many, many legs and antennae. This room is real warm. It's been warm all day. It's a little bit humid. I won't say exactly what it is because some people might really not like to hear that word. But unfortunately for you, Dave, that nice white press shirt you have, several of them crawl right up the sleeve of it.
And I think reflexively, I am slapping them off
Oh, yeah.
and probably shouting very, very, very tough and manly FBI shout, but shouting about the damn creepy crawlies. Oh my God. Oh, and I probably squish at least one on my poor shirt.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
you do.
more.
You squish a couple and then squish more with your feet because you realize that as you've sort of tumbled these papers and a few of these books off of the end table, you realize that there's actually a crack in the wall here, and it's from sagging lath and plaster walls, and there's just a whole nest of these things in here. So that's going on in the main room. Now to the bathroom, where we've had another critical failure. Ava, while you're investigating what is likely ground zero of a horrible and terrifying science experiment on an animal, um, it isn't so much that while you're searching you find something that you don't want. It's the method by which you're searching things where that things go badly for you, because there's just not a whole lot of room in the bathroom here for you to work with. You end up having to move a bunch of things around. Like Dave came in and grabbed the television, and that unsettled some things, and so you had to move some things around and move some things around. And as you were moving some things around and getting things reset, you end up slipping on a lot of the viscera that's here left over from this raccoon, and you slip and fall face first directly into it. And so, what I'm going to have you do is two things. You're going to make a very important and very key role for your character, and that'll be Constitution. You'll make Constitution roll, and then I want you to tell me how much of it ends up in your mouth.
Well, I rolled a 40 under 55.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And probably like a couple tablespoons ends up in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the splat sound that happens, and then when you try to reel back from it, you reflexively inhale just based on the bodily need for you to take in air, and that's when probably a couple tablespoons of this just completely desiccated raccoon end up in your mouth. You force yourself to get into a space where you can let things go and spit them back out, probably into the sink. But you are going to be at a slight penalty for, we'll just say, chemical exposure.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So for those of you who did succeed, because of course there have been successes here, one, that being the aforementioned nurse, everyone's favorite nurse, John.
I failed.
I think
I got 39 over 20.
Oh, 39 over 20. So no one succeeded. That is fantastic. Okay, so that's where we're at. You spend probably 30 minutes searching up and down this place, running into all sorts of just terrible ickiness, and a room that looks like someone holed up in it and just basically went insane. But you're not sure why.
There was a map on the bed. Did we get to look at that?
You can certainly go look at the map on the bed. The map on the bed is a regional map. So there are places in and around this area where people might go hiking. There are some scenic caves and other locations. And then one of the maps doesn't look like looks like it's roughly from around this area. Upon investigation, you see that there's an area on the map that is circled, like with what looks like pencil. And then scrawled next to it is two words, the spot.
We should go there.
Where?
To the spot.
Like X marks the spot?
Like the mystery spot. Didn't you see that episode?
Buffy?
Supernatural. I've seen Buffy too, but
No. Is that the one with Rick Springfield in it?
no.
Okay.
That season hasn't happened yet in 2017.
Oh.
Maybe it has actually.
A little advanced knowledge from your...
From the future.
So a rough examination after people collect themselves and probably clean themselves up a little bit in Anna's case. There is a series of papers on one portion of the bed that looks very specifically like written out in some type of computer language. I don't know if anyone here has computer use specific or computer sciences. I would be happy to give them a roll on it.
Maybe I finished slapping at myself and punching the walls and stomping on the ground and generally dancing about, making a fool of myself. But I do have, I think, a 70 in computer science. Dave Switzer is a computer nerd.
Very good. Show us your nerddom.
50 under 70.
Okay. So even with the potential of a penalty on the roll, you still succeed. You realize that the purpose of this program that is being written out here is to solve complex topological problems. So it somehow is rooted in the idea that it solves paradoxes. Like, it's genuinely engrossing when you read it. Whoever wrote this, if it was Anna, she's a savant when it comes to writing these programs. You can tell by the way that things are put together. And it enraptures you a little bit as you're reading it, because the ideas that it proposes to solve based on the way that the program works, these are natural paradoxes that should not be solvable, but somehow your brain follows along how they could be solved. It's a lot of theory based, but there's some real truth here. And that truth begs your brain to believe in things that just are not possible, Dave. And when we get to the believing the impossible, that's when we're going to talk about sand loss. And so you're going to make me a sanity roll.
If I'm reading this right, you know that MC Escher staircase thing? She figured out the distance on that. She figured out how long that is. 23 under... I assume under 23 under 60.
Yeah, I would assume under. Okay, so you lose a point of sanity, and so when you lose points of sanity in Delta Green, we talk about bonds. We didn't really get a ton of time to talk about the way sanity works in Delta Green. That's okay, because we'll talk through it here. But we'll talk about how you're going to have to project that sanity loss onto something or someone you care about. So, Dave, what are you going to project that onto?
My bookie.
Okay.
Who's also, a friend of mine that we hang out every week or two, maybe every 3 weeks. But
okay.
He's also my bookie. I do some sports gambling, Cincinnati skiing. Always betting on the Browns. So
yeah, well, that's a bad bet. But
it's always a bad bet. It's not as bad as a Chicago fan, but 2017, it's not as bad.
Oh, that's true. So you're going to lower your bond by the sanity loss rating, so it'll drop by 1, and then you'll also reduce your willpower by 1 as well. So you have...
Sorry, Jamie. Next time I see you, Jamie, we might get in a fight.
You have a moment. The continued search of the room is going to reveal a couple other things beyond the map. There is a staple bound monograph. So a series of papers. That's one of them is called The Wisdom of the Hyperboreans and Their Higher Realms. It looks like something straight out of really it looks like a research paper that someone in college did. And then the second one that's in that same stack is Portals Linking Places Many Leagues Distant. And I'll give one of those to Lionel, and I'll give one of them to Ava. John, you find a stack of papers called, let's just start with the Occult Foundation. Seems to talk about the fabric of reality.
I'll take whatever the second one was.
So my question is, do any of our agents have the mathematics skill or the mathematics science?
No.
No.
Okay. Anything mathematics adjacent? Something you could say, well, there's an awful lot of math in, say, chemistry.
I mean, I have both physics and chemistry.
I think physics is a reasonable sub-in for this. What's your physics?
50.
All right. Given that it's not specifically mathematics, I will ask for a roll of your physics.
Okay. And 47 under 50.
Okay.
Squeak by.
So the piece that you get, this portals linking places many leagues distant, is a mathematical attempt to unfold space-time. That's the broadest way to say it. What they are presupposing is that there is a way to calculate the distance between two spaces, and then by way of higher math, they are presupposing that there is a way to make those points close enough together which they could be linked. It is, even at a skim, it is a shocking revelation for you to even consider. And the reason why it's so shocking is because it makes so much sense. And so, for our friendly, Ava, I'm going to ask you to roll sanity for me.
Okay. And I rolled a 84 over 75.
Okay. So based on that, I am going to roll a d4. Ava, you're going to lose 3 points of sanity. There's a couple things you can do with that. You could directly apply the sand loss either way, but you're going to have to project this onto a bond. So which one of your bonds is going to suffer because of your curiosity?
His name is Richard Greer. And he's my lab partner.
Richard Greer,
I'm-
right? Not Gear? I want to make sure that we're clear on that.
No, Greer. Greer.
Just want to make sure.
I'm only going to offset one onto him.
Well, you're going to... What I'm going to do is roll a d4.
Oh, okay.
And that will give you the maximum that you could offset. So you could offset the full amount. But you're still going to take the 3 sand loss either way.
Yeah.
You will also lose 3 willpower. It's a very trying time. It's hard being in this space. For those of you who've lost sanity, it's physically hard to be here because it's physically draining to go through this. Some of you get swept up in the desire to know more about it. So our players who have lost sanity in their discoveries, I will just say that you get an appetite for what you're reading, and it sort of draws you in and keeps you almost with this ravenous hunger going after the information.
All right. Are we done here in Pigpen's domicile?
Our only lead is this map to where she might be. John, is that spot you found, is it close? Is it driving distance?
Behind us in the woods.
It's actually not far. You figure it's probably 3 or 4 miles from here.
Yeah, true. Yeah. What the handler said. Can I sift through the occult foundation papers?
You can. You can. It's stuff that requires a mathematics roll.
Can I use my human
No,
to do it?
there's no physical human you're reading.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
If I only get biology, could I roll occult? Occult paper.
Yeah, I can let you roll occult, but before I do, I'm going to
Mhm.
actually move us to break. So when we come back, we'll get the occult roll. And then I have a feeling like we're all going to go check out the spot pretty soon. So hang with us. We will be back after break. And you've all been great. Thanks to everybody who's interacting with us in chat. And we'll see you in just a few minutes. righty. And welcome back. Welcome back. So before we left, there was a very important role that one of our agents was going to make. John, the most beautiful RN in existence, was going to make a very important role. And so I wonder if you would give us that role.
I would. With my 10 in occult. Let's
I
do
love it.
Which is the base. But
I thought you wanted to roll this because you were good at it.
I like rolling dice. Thank you very much. And here I
God help us all.
We're doomed.
I got a 59 over 10.
59 over 10. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'll remind all of our potential users in chat and backers, of course, is that this game is subject to the Hand of Fate. It's something that we do on the Patreon side. And so you can certainly cast Hands of Fate negatively or positively for any of our characters. And you can do them on stream live, and they have to sort of just deal with the consequences or the benefits therein. You piece through this dissertation on something called Hyperborean. You have no idea what that means. There's no real correlation. You think this might be about Atlantis? Huh. Oh, well, I see that we've had a Hand of Fate positive played for Morgan, and so we will go ahead and alter your outcome. Although I don't think it's going to be as positive as maybe you might think. So the wisdom of the Hyperboreans and their magics is something which speaks to you. You begin to get a foment, like an understanding of what they're talking about. And worse yet, you get keen and uncanny insight into what you think Anna might have been doing. You think that she might be on to something when it comes to, there's a text here that talks about ley lines, which is an altogether new topic for you, but they lay it out in here so beautifully, so elegantly, that there are lines of power, invisible ones, that wrap around the entirety of the earth. And they are in different sections of the world and different places. They go and they are power for the worlds, mystical energies, it presupposes. It makes such a fervent and passionate example here in this text that it's hard not to get sort of wrapped up in what they're talking about. And you realize that perhaps many of these correlate to places that you've heard about. Murder sites, a 1955 UFO sighting. It mentions specific chain restaurants they believe are built on specific ley lines. And most psychiatrists would probably cite this as proof of Anna's insanity, but there's something to this. And then you remember the map and the spot. And you get this terrifying feeling that maybe Anna was going to try something.
like maybe activate one of these ley lines.
It's possible.
But it takes talking to myself now, and I look like it takes a significant event to make these ley lines activate. So that circled spot on the map, that's where Anna was going. That's a possible ley line probably. And yeah, what is she gonna do to, like, what event could possibly be triggered? Like, not just killing a raccoon. That's not gonna do anything.
I could help you if I knew what a ley line was.
I explain it to Lionel. In layman's terms. Hang on, let me Google that.
Lionel, it makes absolutely no sense to you.
Okay.
You have no idea what John is talking about. It sounds like crazy talk.
Yeah, I show him a picture on my smartphone that I have. Yeah, they're they're alignments of ancient sites and landmarks and
Yeah.
connected by energy pathways. I mean, it is really radical stuff, and it's been around since the early 1900s. The theory of it, but man, I think Anna's onto something. This occult foundation is onto something. But what is she gonna do? I think we need to get there as soon as possible. We don't want her to hurt herself.
Well, maybe her car's a DeLorean with a flux capacitor. I don't know. I got nothing.
I mean, that would be really cool, honestly.
So, John, you're talking a lot about how she might be doing something. What if she already did it? And that's the reason why we're out looking for her. What if she's already done this? What if she's already gone through and done whatever? I'm sort of with you, Lionel, the whole ley line stuff. I guess I'm just going to go with it. But what if it was the past tense? She did it, and now she's dealing with the ramifications, and that's why we got to find her.
We don't give up on family, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not saying we give up. I'm just saying that they wouldn't have called us in if the situation wasn't already dire in some way, shape, or form. Or if they didn't know she was working something dangerous and not calling in a day or two. Clerk said her car's been gone. Oh, Lionel, when we talked to the clerk in the hotel, he said that she checked in with a different name, which is normal, but she hasn't been here for a couple days.
Say in the foundation document what the ramification is for triggering a ley line.
Yeah, there's all sorts of potential outcomes. One might be able to cross vast distances. One might be able to summon vast stores of energy from the great beyond. One might be able to speak with someone whom existed years ago or perhaps in the future. Ley lines are effectively raw power, and the way it describes it in here is that to the intelligent and learned utilizer, they could do many things with them. It sort of leaves it very open-ended, which is sort of concerning.
Yeah, I think we need to be very careful when we go to the mystery spot.
All right. So you think that they took the parts out of the air conditioner, put it in the microwave, and I'm trying to wrap my head around this, beam something along the ley line to the mystery spot, like that raccoon, and it didn't work. And it exploded like, somebody put popcorn on too long.
I guess. Listen, this is all new to me, but I have a really good understanding of it apparently. So yes. We should not turn on that TV.
Oh, that was too late. I already turned that thing on. So if this thing's trying to beam across this ley line towards the spot, let's go see what happened at that end of it.
Oh, I hope she didn't try to beam herself to that spot. Oh my gosh. There would be more goo.
She'd be pretty small, fit herself in that microwave, I have to say that.
That's true.
Okay, so are you going to gather up the necessary items? Or are you just going to leave stuff here? I mean, there's a lot of ick in this room too, but...
Yeah, I'm bringing the paperwork with.
Yeah, bring all the paperwork, the map, the books. We could leave the insects. We can leave the wildlife and the uneaten meals. We can just leave those here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gather up. As you're gathering up and sort of stepping back out and walking towards the van, Lionel, your alertness and also Dave's alertness pick up that you see uniform squad car that is traveling on the highway and begins to get off on the off ramp. You see that you can hear that it's doing so at fairly high speed.
I think we need to make like a tree and get out of here.
Time to depart.
Okay. The team gathers up into the van and they depart. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for a drive roll from you, Dave.
I actually do have 50 in it.
Okay.
95 over 50. I'm changing my dice.
That's
I
fair.
don't like these dice anymore.
You pop it into reverse before probably most people are ready. And then you wait. I'm imagining this van's probably got that on the tree transmission. You sort of pull the handle down and crank down on the gas and zip out of the parking lot. There's only one way to go unless you really want to turn all the way around. And as you dive out of the frontage road and onto a side street, tires peel and the van swings real hard and the radio pops on just at random and a song begins to play. And because it's important and because it's as we should say, it is Skip's first stream with us. Skip, what song comes on the radio when you all are making your getaway?
Oh goodness! So we were on country when we turned it off. We're gonna have to go with "Eastbound and Down" by Jerry Reed.
A classic, as always. Jerry Reed. We'll say that his music and of course his guitar picking finds a way to nest into everyone's ears as the van fishtails and the back end of it sort of slams into a parked car and you motor on along.
That's okay. That's okay. We didn't hit anyone. That'll buff out. We're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, John. It's good.
You hear the squad car, you hear the siren, and you see the lights, but they are very dim. They're not behind you. You're getting reflections through the tree lines, the back of the motel at this point. But you head out and into the night, into the wilderness, which is southern Ohio. The drive really doesn't take more than, say, 15 or 20 minutes. Jerry Reed is long since passed, and if the radio continues to stay on, it's probably Brad Paisley or something like that comes on. It's on an even dimmer road that you end up down. This is a country road, doesn't really even do it justice. It's a road, 2-lane, real thin, goes in behind some forest preserve area. And there's this bend in the road. And you realize on the map, which undoubtedly John is paying close attention to, that there seems to be a river nearby. You find a little pull-off area, just an embankment, and you catch sight, Dave, of what you think might be a Subaru Forester. It's tucked into some trees. It actually looks like it's on. It looks like it's on the other side of this little stream here. Like they went off road.
I bet Jonesy $5. That's my bookie. That our girl drives a Forester. But it's on the other side of the river?
Yeah, to you it looks like she might have drove down to this muddy embankment with this Subaru and basically forded the river with it.
Nah, I'm not taking my baby into the river. I'll tell you that, John Cobb. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, we could probably wade through. If the car can make it, we could wade ourselves through. I mean, unless there's a river, unless there's a bridge or something nearby.
No.
Okay. I guess we're going to get wet. And not in the fun way.
That's a perfect power up noise. Okay. You prepare. This is since you're preparing to leave the van, Dave, are you parking it just on the shoulder here where there is the sort of space where you could comfortably park?
I am going to look for a place to shove it into maybe some trees, if that was possible.
Yeah, I think that's doable.
I don't need Ohio's finest sheriff department just strolling on by and seeing it.
Yeah, you got to drive a 50. You can tuck it into some trees.
Do that, and then I won't pull on my waders because who packs waders for an investigation? Meet the others down by the river.
Okay.
I'll leave my van by the river, and I'm going to meet the others down by the river.
Sure. Are you taking anything with you other than, say, the pistol that you took?
I mean, I will take everything that's on the back of my character sheet. Oh, geez. No, I won't. There's a ton back here. I'm going to take my flashlight. I'm going to take my field vest, and I always come prepared. And I'm going to take both my guns.
Okay.
I will be taking my gift this time.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You take the strap and put it over your body and tuck the bullpup automatic weapon, thanks to the great state of Texas, under your arm and head out. Wading across the river here is not terribly difficult. It's not roll required by any means. What it does is it reminds you that you're not wearing boots or hip waders. The water here is cold and the ground is very muddy. And does anyone here have a dex lower than 10? No?
Nope.
Good. Nope. Those of you with, those of you making your way across the river, it takes you a few minutes. Some of you probably have to deal with like stuck footwear. Your feet don't come out, but it's something to get across. It's not super deep, but it's definitely deep enough to be a muddy sort of stream that is hoping one day to be a river. On the other side of it, there is a Subaru Forester tucked under a bunch of trees.
Yeah, is Anna in it? Do we
No.
look at the car?
Shine your flashlights in it, because of course you'll have to use a flashlight.
Ooh, I don't have one. I use my smartphone's flashlight.
Sure. You use your smartphone's flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the back seat is a little clogged. Empty fast food bags, plastic water bottles. The passenger seat looks like it has a highway map in it. And it looks like there's something sketched on a napkin. You also see an empty laptop bag in the passenger seating area.
I don't want to be judgy, but this Anna, she's sort of a slob.
Handler, is there like a tracking role in Delta Green? Would that fall under survival?
It would fall under survival as far as I see it.
I'm going to be looking for, while they're checking out the car, I'm going to be looking for footprints away from the car that are not ours. Since you said it was muddy here and stuff.
Yep. Go ahead and roll track.
Okay. I rolled a 22 under 50.
22 under 50. That's a good roll. That's a really good roll. Yeah, not only do you find tracks, but you find a single pair of them. And it even looks like the person who walked away from the car was trying to be mindful about where they put their foots. Their feet. It looks like it goes deeper into this wooded area.
Hey, y'all, looks like she went off in this way. She's trying to hide herself.
Is the car open? The car door open?
Car door is open.
Well, unlocked. So I'm going to go in. I'm just going to grab that map and whatever in the napkin or something that had some sketch on. And I'm going to give the map to John because John is now our cartographer / navigator.
You bet.
And take a look at what's on this napkin.
So taking a look on the napkin, you see that there are directions. It looks like there's fairly simple, like number of paces or distance. And there are turns. It looks like it correlates to the sketched out trail that you see on the map.
Is it like treasure map? Instructions like 16 paces off and take a left and turn around this tree, all that kind of stuff.
It has that feel to it. It has that feel to it. Like head due east, 25 paces, turn north 50 paces, and, turn northwest, and then walk 150 paces. And a pace is different by the person's height.
So this lines up with those weird books that we found. Like, do these weird things to make these weird connections between points, or create these portals, or create like wormholes.
Yep, ley lines. Ley lines.
Ley lines.
Yeah.
Open up these ley lines.
Isn't that an Eric Clapton song?
Ley
No, sorry.
lines.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
So, Lionel, you found some footprints?
Yeah, it looks like she went off this way, and she's trying to walk like she can't leave footprints. She's trying to cover her tracks, it looks to me. Like,
If I look at the instructions on this map and then the footprints that Lionel found, do they sort of match up? If she found the instructions.
She does seem like she's following her instructions. If she is the one that wrote the original instructions, she's following them to a letter. Like the map that you have that's from the passenger seat is almost like a closer area map of the bigger map that you found in the motel room. And she has gone and painstakingly etched out where they're supposed to go.
All right, I see two choices for us. We make haste and just go find her. Or we follow these instructions and we proceed in the way that she has laid out how you're supposed to proceed to, I guess, open up this ley line. Which, John, this is different than it's not like opening my chakra. This is a different thing. It's a different kind of opening.
Science. Chakras are hippie things. Ley lines, science.
Ley lines are science. I glance over to Ava when I hear that ley lines are science to see if there's any reaction on that. Ava, are ley lines science?
Not any science I'm familiar to. there might be old school science regarding it as far as like physics or, you know, maybe even geology. But it seems like it would be more mathematics based than anything else, if I'm honest.
Well, while we're standing here talking about science, we could be going to find Anna.
Yeah,
You
'cause
want to
you lost
go
me.
in the scientific way of following her dance card instructions, or you want to go in the scientific way of just running after her? Your call, John. It's your science.
Science! You know, I think we should follow the footprints that Lionel's found. Because she could have gotten off track, could have gotten hurt. I'll bring my first aid kit. Oh, I already have it. We already waded across the river.
Yep.
Retcon. I grabbed it on my way out.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Of course I did. It's in my coveralls. That's what I think. We could take the map with us, but I'm not a cartographer. I just read the document.
Oh, I actually do have a little bit of navigate. If you want help reading the map.
Yes, I give Ava the maps.
What's your navigate, Ava?
30.
Okay, yeah, you will have to roll.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 50. Can I assist?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, you certainly could assist. Yeah.
Well, I roll a 17 under 30.
Okay. So you go to assist, or you're sort of getting over there to take a look at what Ava's doing, and you realize that she has a good handle on that map. She's well oriented. She's okay.
You got it. Just tell us where to go.
So I guess I will be leader of the pack now and take us to wherever we need to go.
Hey, friendly's in front, right? Why risk an agent? You follow what you believe is Anna's path. It's an erratic trail. After a good, we'll say 400 or 500 feet, it sort of zigzags back and forth through these tree glens and piles of bushes and all sorts of overgrowth. You come to a small clearing. It's about 20 or so feet in diameter. You come to a stop here because you realize that it's marked with this sort of powder that you find on the ground. It's silvery. It even lights up a little bit at night.
Can I analyze that?
You would have to certainly go down and do some science stuff, but I'm going to give you the breadth of the narrative description, and after that you can do whatever you like with it.
Okay.
So sitting outside this space is a small stump, and on that stump there appears to be a few objects. Just outside of the actual line itself, there appears to be what looks like a sextant and a thermos of coffee and a star chart.
I'll look at John and I'll kind of point over there, like, hey, there's some stuff over there, and I'll get down like on my knees, and I want to look at this weird kind of powdery stuff that's on the ground.
Are you gonna lick it? You should lick
No.
it. Okay.
Lick the mythos. Yes, that's a great idea.
Listen, it wouldn't be my first time.
While Ava's taking a look at that, I'm gonna go take a look at the stump, and I want to check the thermos to see if it's still warm.
Yeah, so on the thermos there is the sextant, and then there's the thermos. It's pretty large, but it's cold. Definitely cold.
I unscrew it and smell it.
It smells like coffee.
I take a drink.
Okay, you can take a drink. It's cold coffee, but it doesn't taste
Is it
bad.
black coffee? Is it like
It's
sugar and
definitely
creamer?
black coffee.
Okay.
It's half black coffee, half Monster.
Yes. All right.
So you got to get
Good
through
for
the
her.
research papers late at night somehow.
Good for her. Yeah. So while I'm taking a look at that, and Ava can do her sciencey thing.
Okay. So you can make a chemistry roll if you would like, Ava.
No, I would not like, because I rolled 84 over 50.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely multiple chemicals here that have been placed, but you don't know specifically what they are. It's obviously dark, and so the scene is only lit by cell phones or flashlights or potentially tactical flashlights based on some of Lionel's weapons. I'm going to have you all make an int times 5 roll. So take your int, multiply it times 5, and make a roll and tell me what you get.
$65 over $55 for me.
Okay.
12 under 65.
36 under 55.
44 under 50.
Oh, 44 under 50. That is a crit. So a couple of things. You have the sextant, the coffee, and then, of course, the star charts there. You've seen the map. You've read the book that discusses Hyperborea and the ability to look at and conceive the perception of ley lines and where they're at. This is also true of you, Ava. You've had some knowledge at this point recovered of what you think Anna was doing by folding space and time. For you, Dave, this comes about a little differently, more by what's not there. Like everything else was documented that Anna did. This seems horribly undocumented, as if she did something and she's gone. But for the critical success specifically, John, you realize that this circle is out of alignment with her ley line map. Not only is it out of alignment, but it's about each part of this circle should be about 30 degrees shifted. And you pick up on this because parts of the circle here, parts of these trees, the line that she cut, you can tell that there are down branches that where she made space. She didn't do this right. Based on your calculations and perceptions of what you've picked up, you definitely pick up on that as well, Ava.
Yeah. Hannah didn't do this great. I think we need to go 30 degrees that way. And I point in an arbitrary direction. Based on the star chart, based on the map, this, I don't know how she could have mathematically jacked that up. I mean, she's like a genius. Does that mean I'm a genius too? I think it does.
Apparently not. Apparently she isn't a genius.
I mean, I don't know, maybe she got some wrong information. Maybe the moon phase was incorrect.
What if she messed it up on purpose?
Mm.
That's why the raccoon exploded, because she had the wrong, like it was off by that 30 degrees.
Yeah, it could be.
Then where is Anna? I mean, if she should be around this area then.
It would hazard to guess that she should be around this area. Yeah. So you're going to search for her?
I'll be doing that.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, it certainly can take more than one person to search the area. That's not a problem. So, I mean, just because of the space, um, you get a better sense of sort of what John is alluding to. You realize that, especially those of you who have gotten some successful roles or perhaps lost some sanity to some of the text within the motel room, that, yeah, you don't think Anna did this right. It's off based on what you think the calculations should be. John, you said you were using your phone light, right? To like see things and to...
I was. Yep, I still have it out.
When the rest of your group, when the agents begin to sort of fan out and begin looking around for Anna, you realize that your phone is beginning to like have not only just cellular issues as far as picking up data or cell towers, but like the actual device is beginning to have significant issues. Everyone would begin noticing if they have electronic devices on them, whether they be something like a Fitbit or whether they be a phone, your personal phones would probably vibrate or buzz and you would notice it. And then you would notice that there's an issue with it.
Yeah, I smacked my iPhone.
So you're not Chief O'Brien, so it doesn't immediately fix. It actually stops working.
Oh, so the light goes out?
The light does go out, yes.
That's a song. Baby, when the light goes out. Okay.
Any footprints around other than ours?
You had a pretty good track roll earlier. I'd say that you did pick up on, at least initially, there would be footprints that go around the circle.
Mhm.
Maybe that was just her sort of making this weird silvery, powdery circle.
But nothing leaving that I can see.
Not that you see.
I just start yelling, Anna! Anna, are you around?
Okay. You all hear John calling out for Anna. I know that Lionel has a really high alertness.
Mhm.
So if your alertness is 70 or higher, I'm going to give you a roll for this.
Okay. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 55 under 80.
55 is a really good number. That's so as you're touring around to try to get a sort of just a complete look at the entire circle and look for footprints, you find a set of footprints that start on one side of this circle, and you see the footprints 2 or 3 feet beyond inside the circle. Like maybe somebody was standing here and jumped into the circle. And it's at that point that something in the air is disturbed. Like you see the air move, it ripples in front of you inside the circle.
I will instinctively fall back and say, look at that.
Okay. I don't know how close the rest of you were staying with one another.
Yeah, I would have been, I would have come back after doing a little initial search in the woods right around there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put my tactical light on it?
Yeah.
Or try.
About that. You point your tactical light on it, like right on from the FN90.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do, you watch you watch the air ripple to the right, like something moves. And now you're going to roll sand.
Yay. That is an 87 over 60.
Oh, that's not great.
No, it's not.
That's not great at all. Okay. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay. So we're going to go back to the sand chart here in Delta Green. And we are going to talk about sand loss. So you failed. So that's not, and nothing necessarily special happens on there. I'm going to ask whether or not you want to project this onto a bond.
Yes.
Okay. So you are losing 6 points of sanity.
Okay.
And you are going to be able to project up to a D4.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to be able to project 3 onto a bond. Whose relationship are you mentally damaging?
Probably with one of my friends that I serve with, Leroy.
Okay.
We saw some serious stuff where we were, so that's how we bonded at that time.
Certainly.
And I'm going to apply all that I can to that bond.
You can apply 3 of it. So
Okay.
that doesn't mean that necessarily that you won't. We have other things to do now that you've lost more than 5, though. Actually, so you're projecting, so that takes it down by 3. So you reduce willpower. Reduce your willpower by 3.
Okay.
And then we'll apply the remaining 3 to your sand.
Yeah.
This looks like the easiest way for me to equate it to you, the player, and so that way you understand how Lionel will react is this is like watching the predator move.
Okay.
Something large moves. It has no definable shape, and what you see is the air ripple. And you see the air ripple, and that is one of the most disturbing sights you have ever seen.
Is it moving in like a humanoid shape, or is it just...
Oh, yeah. I mean, humanoid's a stretch.
Okay.
You think it might be bipedal. You scream. Everybody hears that.
I'm gonna rush over to Lionel and like try to see what he's looking at.
Okay. You rush over. Anybody else? John,
Oh yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, I would
Guns
come running
out, and I'm running over trying to see what's. I assume something's attacking, so I'm going to run over and see what that is.
Okay. You run over. And as you run over, very, very similarly, you get a lot of the very similar vibes from this. But because your alertness isn't too high, I'm going to ask for alertness rolls from the 3 of you.
Is my light still on it?
Yes
As
and
best I
no.
can. Okay.
John, what the hell's wrong with you? I did roll a 40 under 50, unfortunately.
Oh, God, what is that?
I rolled a 4 under 20.
Oh, yeah, you see it.
I rolled a 65 over 40.
You're like, what's wrong with Lionel? Well, everybody shrieks.
Like, what's going on? Can I use my humanite to figure out why they're freaking out?
You certainly can. I won't have you roll it though, because Lionel is probably pointing his weapon in the direction of the circle, and at some point we're going to get Dave and Ava's reaction to what they see. So let that play out, but you'll get your cue for sure.
What the fuck is that?
No fucking clue.
It's that predator looking shit. And I will pull the trigger a few times in that general direction.
That seems like a reasonable thing.
Wait, do I need to roll sand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do we
so
need to roll Sam?
both Ava and
Okay.
Dave need to roll sand.
Let's do that before then. 82.
Okay.
Ah,
What you got there?
I rolled a 77 over 72.
Yes.
That is the best roll you could possibly.
Love it.
Yeah.
It was
Let
so
the
close to
fun
my sand too.
So, Dave, I'm only gonna take 2 points of sanity from you. You can certainly, if you would like to, push this off to a bond up to the maximum of 2 points.
Nope, I'm just going to absorb all of that and focus it in my trigger finger
I love that.
and squeeze the trigger twice.
All right. So before you squeeze, I'm going to deal with a critical sanity loss. So on a fumble, you get max, and so you're going to get 6. And let's see here. And you can only possibly push one of this off on a bond, which means you are going
I'm not gonna.
No, you're not going to.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay, fine. So you're going to take more than 5, and you are going to go ahead and go through the temporary insanity rules here in Delta Green.
Correct.
So,
I've lost 8 for this session so far.
woohoo. You are going to suffer temporary insanity. And in doing so, you are going to have to deal with that. You essentially get 3 pathways, which are flee, struggle, or submit. And I will give those to you based on, sort of what you will want to do. I will also give you a D6 percentage in potentially in the unnatural skill. But you're going to have to survive the fight, which is coming to get it. So would Ava, the scientist, flee, struggle, or submit?
She would submit. This is not something that she like. Even as much as she likes the weird shit, this isn't something she signed up for. This is far left field from anything that she could have imagined, and she's gonna essentially kind of like just sink into the ground and like go kind of like catatonic, stare like more or less like disassociating, staring at this thing like as it moves, not saying a word, and like hyperventilating, like on the verge of a nervous breakdown without fully breaking down.
Okay. Yeah, so you essentially go completely and utterly catatonic as far as the submission choice. And what happens when you use or choose submission is the handler, that would be me, gets to decide when you come out of it. And so we will sort of place Ava in a little pocket where things may or may not happen to her, but she doesn't really do much because she's overcome completely. Her brain has broken, and friendly.exe has failed to execute at this point. But I gotta know how those trigger pulls go for Dave.
Would you like me to roll twice or once?
I'd love you to roll twice.
I will roll twice. 65 under 70. Oh, shit. And 2 under 70.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so I think that it's fantastic for you to roll damage twice.
You're so eager for me to do damage. This is all going to be terrible. Oh, they're 1d10s. All right. Oh, shit. I rolled high. 16.
Okay. 16 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do me a favor and give them to me in 2 separate pools.
In
Like
what?
when you made your D10 rolls.
One was a 9
Thanks.
and one was a 7.
Awesome. Okay. So you fire. And this is a silenced weapon, right?
No, this is my
Service pistol?
service pistol. It's my medium pistol.
Okay,
That is
yeah.
just my
Yeah. So
service
it's
weapon.
like a 40, 45 caliber pistol.
Mhm.
You don't think, you react. And you do the thing that you have been trained to do for years, which is put center mass rounds on this target as fast as possible. Whatever the fuck this thing is, it has to go. And there is this peal of sound that comes out of the weapon. The barrel belches fire, the round hits. Whatever this thing is, you see the impact, you see the air shimmer around it. And the second one hits. And that is when the most grotesque sound emanates out of whatever this is. It is a guttural and ear piercing roar. It shakes you to your core. You feel in the ground when this thing roars. If you've ever been at a zoo and you've heard an actual lion roar up close, you can feel the bass in the ground when they do it. You feel that. All of you feel that. If Ava had a half a brain, she would feel it.
So does that mean I see that now since I heard the roar?
Yeah, you bet. Roll sand. Thanks.
Yeah. Time to lay in on this thing.
I got a
I'll just
62
yell out,
under 70.
It's not Anna. It's not Anna. Get it.
Okay, so John is going to lose 2 points of sanity, even from a pass. Which I would, if you want to push off on a bond, would allow you to push both off, but you have to reduce 2 willpower.
Nope, I'll just take the loss.
Just remember, in Delta Green, if you lose all your willpower, you begin having serious issues. You don't want to lose all your willpower. Yeah, there is this bestial, sort of hideous roar that comes out of the creature. It's just this terrifying, guttural scream. And so now what we'll do is we will go in highest dexterity order. And so I will ask my players, for minus Ava, of course, because Ava's busy, what your dexterity is.
13 for me.
12.
Okay. And then John?
Oh, 11.
Okay, cool. 11. So this creature is going to go first. So it is going to flail at you. In the sporadic light that sort of cuts through the darkness towards this creature, the shimmer stops. And you really wish it hadn't. The grotesque being that is in front of you is completely alien. Its flesh is this almost globular sacs that hang off of a distended frame. It has 2 wildly gangly limbs that don't adhere to any sort of standardized size or length. One arm appears to be maybe 1.5 meters long, while the other one might be just under 1 meter. There are long, distended talons that come off the tips of its appendages. Its mouth, if that can even be considered a mouth, is more of a multi-layered jowl that opens and closes, desperate to bring in gobs of air. Its nostrils flare, and the eyes, deep set, wide, and silvery, reflect back the light that you shine at it. And it is going to swing at you, Dave. You are, of course, afforded a way to get away from this if you would like. So you have the ability to dodge. If you would like to dodge, I will let you know that I rolled an 8.
That's pretty good. My dodge is okay. I mean, my fighting is so much better. But my dodge is okay. An 8, huh? I better dodge. And I have rolled 37. I've made a normal 37 under 50.
Okay. Yeah, so I have 8 under 55. So I'm going to roll damage. I'm going to smash you for 3 hit points worth of damage.
Ouch.
The claws connect with your forearm and your bicep, and they tear at your once beautifully white shirt, and they rip that portion of it to shreds. And this creature growls and pulls its arm back. And at that point, then, highest dex, I think, is Lionel.
Yeah, I'm going to unleash the assault carbine on this thing.
Okay. Go right ahead.
All right. I guess I fire in bursts. Burst.
Yep.
Okay.
So Delta Green has a couple different ways. On your sheet, there should be a carbine listed. And so when you fire that weapon, if you hit with it, what we will do is we will roll the lethality of that weapon.
Okay. And I have rolled a 54 under 60, so that would be a hit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it is not going to dodge that. So what I would like you to do is roll the lethality rating. So you're going to roll a percentage die.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me if you get under the lethality rating.
Okay. That's 10%.
Yep.
No, I do not.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That's going to be 7 points, and it has 3 points of armor piercing it. That's going to matter.
It absolutely is going to matter.
Okay.
So you hammer this thing. So you are kind of sort of caught back on your heels a little bit. You may have even found yourself sort of on your butt, having reacted to this horrifying thing. And it's at that point that sort of Dave stepped in and fired a couple shots at it. And you see it swing at Dave, and you pull the slide back on the FMP90, and you just basically squeeze and hold the trigger. And the space around all of you is suddenly peppered with a whole lot of high velocity ammunition in just this chain of peppering noises. You know, it's just absolute drill of rounds go off. And this thing reacts immediately. You see splotches on its body get ripped off and ripped apart. Flesh flies through the air, and blood and viscera and ooze begin to come out of all sorts of this creature's the portions of your body that you're hitting. And that would move to Dave's action.
Holy hell, Lionel. And I will take my gun and sort of a little jealous of that amazing weapon that Lionel pulled, but I'll squeeze the trigger again.
Okay.
Let's see. 29 under 70.
Okay.
All I want is a crit, but
29
it is not
under
to be.
70. So I am actually going to make a roll for this creature. Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable. So this creature has an athletics. Its athletics is 99. And I just rolled a 99.
Son of a bitch.
So it dives out of the way. The first actual defensive reaction from this creature. Whatever Lionel did caught its attention, and it did not like that at all. And that brings us to John.
Yep, I have my gun that I took from the sweet case. And so I will also shoot at this bean. Hopefully.
Go for it.
All right. I am not. I have a 56 over 40.
Okay, you fire. And it's just really difficult for you to track where you're supposed to be. And this thing is all over the place. And it's also revolting. There's so many different emotions that you're feeling. You're feeling a lot of base human emotions that you are not used to. Fear is not something that an RN experiences very often because you're in so many high pressure situations. Actually feeling life endangering fear is really unsettling. Ava's on the ground next to you, like, or nearby. She's just screaming and covering her eyes. It looks like she's clawing at her skin. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I think it would be fun, is I'm going to give Ava the opportunity to make a POW roll to see if she can gather her senses. I don't want her to be completely catatonic for the entire combat because that doesn't seem fun or fair. So please.
Pow? You said pow?
I did. Or as Miss O'Shea would say, pow.
All right. I rolled a 62 under 75.
Bad things happen. You snap out of it. You really wish you hadn't. You come to with blood underneath your fingernails as you sort of stare down at your own hands, and you realize that your face hurts. You feel like your face itches, and there's a roaring creature around you, and there's gunfire in the air, and people are screaming. It's horrible, but you'll be able to act next round.
Okay.
For better or for worse.
Just for reference, my dex is 10.
That's fantastic. So on 15, I'm going to make a roll for this creature. All of you who are looking at said creature, especially those who have weapons who are training it on the creature, you see it turn and look back towards you, and you watch it step to the side and step through the air into nothingness. It would be easier for me to say it disappears, but that's not exactly what happens. It shifts through the air from right to left in your vision, and it walks through a portion of the air as if it were walking behind a wall, a non-existent one.
Did that
Leading.
just happen?
What was it, John?
So did that just happen? Like, where'd it go?
It sure as hell did. Bleeding, gobbets of flesh torn out of my arm, and I'm gonna run over to where we saw it, look for evidence. Like, is there blood on the ground? Is there? I've got my gun ahead of me.
Yeah, there's blood on the ground. There's not a river, but there's a lot of it. So obviously, it can bleed.
We all know what it means if it can bleed.
That it can die.
That we can kill it, John.
Oh,
We can
did
kill
I
it.
say we can die? I don't know. This is just all so. This is a lot. Some weird. I didn't sign up for this. I mean, I did, but
None of us signed up, and we all signed up. Do you think Anna brought this thing here? Do you think Anna traded places with it? Do you think Anna's wherever this thing used to be?
all I know is I think Anna did it wrong.
So you say it stepped from left to right or right to left and just kind of vanished?
Well, it's really important. It didn't actually just poof and vanish, but imagine if there was a wall and I moved, like if I moved out of camera range here, right, or here, and I was gone, but there was nothing there to obstruct your view of me. But it is as if there is. There's no wall there. You're out in the middle of an open field, and it moves to the left, and it moves behind something. It basically, I think the funniest the correlation I have is imagine PowerPoint, and a slide transition goes off, and this thing just shifts left. Gone.
I'm going to basically try. I guess there's no way to analyze kind of his attack pattern because he didn't attack very often. Can I just pull out my pistol and shoot where it kind of moved behind a wall?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to waste the carbine.
Yep.
But I'll shoot it with my pistol. Let's see if anything happens.
You fire. When you fire, Dave, you instantly hear a noise behind you. You hear branches and grass being pushed aside and like something coming towards you.
Whirl around, gun at the ready, and just in case, stop, federal agent, I am armed.
Okay.
But ready to shoot. But I am thinking about that sheriff that we saw earlier too.
It leaps at you.
I don't think it's the sheriff, guys. I think it's something else.
A 9-foot, give or take, tall form comes at you. Massive, long, clawed arms. And its goal, and all that it wants right now in existence, is to wrap you in the biggest hug that it can possibly find. And so this is certainly something you can dodge.
I think I was all set up to fight, so I am going to shoot.
Fair enough. Go right ahead.
It's successful. 51.
Okay. It will not be dodging your attack. So you can even roll damage.
It's committed. 8.
Okay. Ooh, 8. That's a good roll. You had some good rolls out of that weapon.
Mm-hmm. My rainbow dice have served me much better than my, I won't even say the brand.
No promos for dice that fail us and the table.
Exactly.
You get nothing.
Exactly.
You get nothing. You shoot and you hit. There's no doubt that round hits. You feel the spatter because the creature's that close. You feel its arms wrap around you. All the rest of you see Dave get enveloped, wrapped up in the arms of this creature. And it seizes on you. And when it does, you're going to take a little damage. Just a little. Yep, literally just a little. 1 point of damage.
Oh, nothing.
You're also going to lose a point of strength.
Well, that's worse. A point off my, not my times 5 point, actual.
Yeah,
13 to 12 point.
Yes,
a real point.
A real point. You bet. And you are now considered grappled.
Grappled with my gun out and in between. So I feel like this is a perfect spot.
Okay. So we'll let Lionel go now, and then we'll have John go.
I still have my gun out. I'm like, holy shit. Dave, what are you doing? Get away from that thing.
Shoot it! Shoot it!
I'm gonna shoot it. This will be great.
Okay.
I take aim. I aim because I don't want to hit. I don't want to hit Dave.
Mm-hmm.
That would be bad. I get a 19 under 40.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
I actually don't know what the damage is on my weapon here.
What kind of weapon is it?
It was the one with the silencer out of the.
Okay. So it's D8.
It is a D8. Okay. Mm-hmm. I get a 2.
Okay. You fire. You see the round go into it. Lionel.
Do I think I could shoot it and not hit Dave? Or can I even tell?
You're concerned. Like
Okay.
you could probably pinpoint shoot this thing with the pistol, but the P90 is a no way. You'll probably hit Dave.
Okay. I'm not going to take a chance. I'm going to pull out my combat knife and I'm just going to dive in and stab the hell out of it.
Oh, here we go. I love that. Go right ahead.
Okay. And my skill is 50 and I rolled a 43.
Okay. I'm going to make a roll, said creature. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And this has 3 armor piercing as well, according to my sheet.
Sure.
Ooh, and I rolled a 6.
He's got all the AP weapons. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. You stab into this thing. And when you stab, it's almost like stabbing into, for a moment, like a bowl of jelly. Like the outside portion of this creature's mass is difficult to get a handle on. And for you, Dave, like internally feeling this thing surround you, you feel that there's tons of flowing muscle and raw strength. You also feel that it moves with exceeding fluidity. But that won't keep it from getting shot. So if you would like to, while you're wrapped up in the bear hug, if you would like to fire, I will allow it.
Oh, yeah. I want to fire and I want to bite. And I want to do everything I can. I think that's all I can. Fire and bite. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah.
Mouthful of monster.
I think it's fair to bite.
Since I am playing with Morgan, there has to be at least one mythos that is licked or mouthed. 24.
Okay.
Under 70.
Roll damage.
3.
Okay.
Big 3.
Yep. Let's see here. You fire. You feel the round go off. You feel the gun go ahead and respond to your trigger pull.
But what about my bite, handler?
You don't technically have a natural bite attack, but I think it's fair to go ahead and give you an unarmed roll if you'd like to make one.
I definitely would. I have a decent unarmed, but I've rolled a 78. So 78 over 60.
Okay. 78 over 60s. You feel this thing grab, like, tighten its grip on you. You're going to lose a point of strength, and you're going to lose 3 hit points. And then something terrifying happens. For the rest of you, the creature and Dave vanish. Left behind is the ruined form of what looks like a middle-aged woman.
I rush over to her. She dead.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm checking pulse. Lionel, do we have a cleanup crew?
What?
Cleanup crew. We need to get this cleaned up and gone.
Where's Dave?
I don't know.
Dave's not here, man.
But Dave, I think, is gone. I think we need to just.
Yeah. What the hell was that? I think so. It might be that number. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a way to get a hold of higher ups. You'd have a way to contact them, but you look down at your phone and nothing is working.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to do cleanup ourselves. Ava, can you pick up this? Here's some rubber gloves. Can you pick up the silvery stuff in the circle? We don't. Maybe if we get rid of the circle, these things will stop coming back. Sorry, Dave. R.I.P.
Yeah, and I'll just like I'll take like one of the, because I have several pairs of gloves with me. I'm just gonna like open one of them and like shove a bunch of it into the glove and then like tie it and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just kind of like stare at like the last place Dave was, and it's like, well, one, like thinking to myself, like, one, where did he go? Two, if we can figure out how to do it right, can we get him back? And three, did he have his keys on him for this van?
Probably. He loved that van.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to write our coda here. For those agents who eventually stick around long enough, Dave never reappears, at least not within the first few hours. You're able to contact ACEL, Lionel, and you inform them that Anna Amalusik is dead and that you've recovered a bunch of their research topics, which promptly ACEL has you seal and put back in a green box at a different location. Ava, for you, this has been a pretty harrowing experience. The scars left behind by your own fingertips are a tale that you will not readily soon forget. John, RN work as a nurse never really comes close to anything like what happened in the field in Ohio that night. You continue to help the conspiracy. You continue to help save humanity from the horrors that exist out there. But there's just something missing. Maybe it's Dave. And for you, Dave, the story doesn't really end there in the field. On the other side of existence, in some strange, far afield cosmic location, the body of this creature, riddled with bullet holes, lays at your feet. You stand before a series of columns and the blackness of space. And all around you, all you hear are the careful and yet sinister sounds of flutes. To whom do they play? We do not know. But that is our story. That is Operation Gray Eyes for this evening. I want to thank all of our folks in chat and folks who hung out for it. I want to thank my players. And before I let them go back in and sort of go through the propers as they would normally do to let you know what they do and where you can find them at, I want to thank Staffen, who gave to our Trans Lifeline charity. He's the reason we are playing tonight. And we greatly appreciate the support of the show, and most importantly, the support of the Trans Lifeline charity, which we wholeheartedly believe in supporting. And so I will go to our first as introduction order, which would be Skip. Skip, thanks for your first stream with us. Power issues aside, it was fantastic. So yeah, let them know who you are, where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Skip again. I go by Commodore Skip on most of the things now. But I don't know how I got promoted still. I'm still trying to figure that out. But this was really great. I've been a cast member for a little while now, and this is my actual first stream on here. So I was really thrilled to be part of this. It was really exciting. And I'm sorry, Dave. I tried.
Okay. Continue.
Hi, I am Allie. I played Ava Birch this evening, and I'm really sorry that I was useless to you, Dave, but I'm not used to the same shit that you guys are. And you can hear me on a variety of other shows that are on the podcast, primarily being Mage and Delta Green, both in God's Teeth and as part of the OSO crew.
Fabulous.
Hey, I'm your friend Nate. I played Agent Dave Switzer, and I do not forgive any of you for your failures, your many failures, because now I have to spend the rest of my eternity. And time probably moves poorly in the place that I'm from. So I'm going to be barbecuing this damn creature for eternity.
Yeah.
You can find me also on the Old Ways podcast. I play Elliot. I forgot my own name. I play Elliot Winters on our Impossible Landscape campaign with Allie is OSEL and a variety of other things here and there on the Old Ways and other places.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I played John Cobb, RN, tonight. And yeah, you can find me on the Old Ways podcast or the Old Ways, however we want to refer to it. On there, I'm on a variety of shows, streams. You can see a streaming Vampire Dark Ages. Well, we're done with season 1, but you can, or on Shadowrun, RuneQuest. It is 10:30. I'm really fucking tired. I'll be honest.
Don't bury the lead. You played Lillian Lane for like 4.5 years.
Oh, yes, and the Masked Scenario step Lillian Lane. She is amazing. That whole cast was amazing. I mean, everybody's fucking amazing on the whole cast ever. So, anywho, you can find me there as Jedi Girl, or you can find me another place or as Jedi Gal on here on Twitch because somebody already took Jedi Girl. Thank you so much. And then on a variety of other places as Jedi Gal as well. So yeah, you can jump on the Discord, chat about things. I like to talk about movies and TV shows because that's just how it is. Well, horses to Mike's, he loves that. Talk about horses, my wants of horses. Yeah. Anywho, this has been great. You guys have been awesome. Love playing with this group because they're always amazing to play with. And so thanks to Stefan for his donation to Trans Lifeline. And thanks to our handler, Michael, who is always awesome. And really sorry, Dave, that you're in somewhere else.
I think Dave had a great ending, really. I mean, we just have to figure out the whole eternity thing, and then it'll be fine, I'm sure. He's going to miss that van up there, though. That Space Wizard van would have been perfect in the cosmos. But from all of us to all of you, thanks and have a great night.